Marshall Thundering Herd versus the Ball State Cardinals, coming up next. Welcome to Ball State Stadium in Muncie, Indiana, where the Marshall Thundering Herd take on the Ball State Cardinals in a key MAC showdown. Hi, everybody. I'm Keith Morehouse alongside Sonny Randall. And, Coach, these are teams going in opposite directions. Marshall 3-1, Ball State 1-3, but the Herd stands today where champions stand.
Well, I'll tell you what, Keith, I really believe it's a great measuring stick for Marshall here this afternoon. If they can beat the defending MAC champions, if their place, now all of a sudden you've got everybody's attention in the Mid-American Conference.
All right, let's check our Budweiser keys to the game, Sonny.
Well, for Marshall, the only thing they've got to do here this afternoon, you can cut all the nonsense out. They just need to take care of business. They take care of business on both sides of the ball, they'll be just fine. The other thing, a minimum of turnovers. They cannot turn it over here this afternoon. You leave it on the ground or throw interceptions, now all of a sudden you change the complexion of the game. For Ball State, plain and simple, they cannot give up the long ball, the home run ball. Make Marshall earn everything they get here this afternoon. The other thing, special teams at Ball State have been truly outstanding for many, many years. They better be big here this afternoon.
It's the first ever meeting between the Marshall Thundering Herd and the Ball State Cardinals. We've got the kickoff coming up from Muncie, Indiana, when we come back. Midwest, Muncie, Indiana, where the Thundering Herd will take on Ball State. Talked about the weather. Sunny day, 72 degrees. The wind is negligible. A beautiful day for football here at Ball State Stadium. Mark Martin will be roaming the sidelines for us today. Mark, what do you have down there?
All right, thank you, Keith. As we know, Marshall has had great success playing at home. This Ball State program has also enjoyed tremendous success on this beautiful plush green grass since 1986, 40-10-2. Over the past 5 years, they are 17-3-1, and that includes a 13-3-1 mark in Mid-American Conference games. So, gentlemen, this is a tough place for the opposition. Great to be with you this afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And Bob Pruitt, Marshall's head coach, look at that record, sparkling 18-1, and he will receive the kickoff from Bill Lynch's Ball State Cardinals. Sonny, we're just about ready for football. It will be Randy Moss and Tim Martin back deep to receive. And they elect to kick it deep, and Lochner gets every bit of it, and Moss,
this one won't come out,
will let it fall harmlessly. Marshall takes over on its own 20-yard line. Ball State last year started 1-3, Sonny, and then proceeded to win their next 7 games. So as we look at Chad Pennington, great numbers this year. The defense for Ball State will have to worry about Pennington and Moss and company.
I'm not sure the folks at Ball State know how good they really are, coming off of losses to both Purdue and Indiana, 2 heavyweights. I guess they're going to get a real good idea here this afternoon against some mighty fine Marshall team.
2 very emotional games in state for the Cardinals. Marshall has it 1st and 10 from its 20-yard line. Randy Moss in motion. And this will go. There are flags that Moss is out there. What a catch as he lays out there. Momentarily he had it.
Bounced in and bounced out.
And that was Lavorne Colclaw, number 18 and number 88. Both of them can fly. Both are about 6'5", and sometimes they're tough to tell apart.
Only by the numbers. And one's just a little bit quicker than the other, but that hard count from Chad Pennington gets a quick 5.
Defense, offside, 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Certainly Ball State trying to anticipate the count. Sonny, Marshall has already scored twice on the first play of the game against Kent and, of course, against Western Illinois last week. So it's 1st and 5 now from the 25-yard line.
Ball State in a 4-3, 2-deep zone.
Pennington, that's Doug Chapman. Big yardage across the middle, all the way out to the 40-yard line. So Marshall disdains the pass on 1st down and goes with Doug Chapman, who picks up big yardage.
That was a big stick there. Troy Ramey, now look. Here's a draw. Chapman into the secondary. Watch that stick. Oh, my goodness. Troy Ramey.
1st down yardage for the Thundering Herd now. 3 wideouts for Marshall. Chapman, the lone setback.
screens.
That's Colclaw. He's got a blocker out there, a little bit of room, and a flag rains in from the secondary. Stop out there for Ball State made by number 42, Lowell Faison. Marshall's offense set him up for you. The Thundering Herd. It's a holding call against Marshall. William Scarborough, Reed Rogers. They average 297 across the front. The backs and wide receivers as talented a skill group as Ball State coach Lynch said he's seen all year. Pennington at quarterback. Chapman starts again. Moss, Colclaw, Wicks, and White are the receivers.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So you heard the call from the referee for Ball State. The challenge is on the defense. McDonald, Rusin, and Gucco. Hummel, Oriski, Presley, and Sims. Phelps, the linebackers are quick and active. Ball, Faison, Ramey, and Laws are in the defensive backfield. First and 14 now.
Not a real big defense. They're not big, but awfully quick.
Pennington out there to his wide receiver, Colclaw. Tackled. The ball
on the ground. They're blowing
out of bounds.
Out of bounds, crossed away.
Keon Laws on the stop, but Colclaw with good yardage. And Sonny, we've seen it happen so many times, and even Bill Lynch made reference to it. Everybody looks at number 88, and that leaves Colclaw open. He's every bit as dangerous as Randy Moss. Perhaps not as fast, but as dangerous.
You can double 88, but then you got to give up something else. And right now they're having to give up LB Colclaw. And when you do that, it means trouble.
Second down, 1 yard to go now at the midfield stripe. Sophomore Chad Pennington at the controls for Marshall.
He actually calls a lot of the plays right at the line of scrimmage.
That's Low Turner now in the game. Gets first down yardage down to the 43 before he's brought down there by Troy Ramey. Marshall switching up their backs early on.
Offensive coordinator Tim Nunez talks about check with me. The quarterback checking with him. He will call the play when they're up on the ball, and he calls depending on what the defense gives him and what he's looking at.
Low Turner's numbers on the year, very impressive. The Herd's got a stable of running backs to refer to. First and 10 now from the 44-yard line of Ball State. Another give inside. This time it's Chapman, still on his feet, down close to the 40-yard line. So Marshall wanting to set up the pass with the run early on.
Tough yardage, Jack. Doug Chapman picks up about 3. What Chad Pennington will do, he's counting them in the box. Depending on how many he's looking at there in the box on the line of scrimmage, will dictate whether it's run or throw.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Second and 8 for Marshall. 41-yard line as we're underway in Muncie, Indiana. No score. Pennington with plenty of time.
Got a man to flat.
Intended out there for John White, his tight end. And Coach Bill Lynch, Sonny, says he doesn't want to do anything special against Randy Moss. He put too much emphasis on him. Obviously, the rest of the offense can
keep here strictly a 4-3 team. They'll double, play 2 deep zone. A lot of zone. I would think more zone than man-to-man. But what Coach Bill Lynch says is he doesn't want them confused. He wants them to know exactly what to do. And he's hopeful their athletic ability will enable to get them done.
Third and 8 now. Pennington in the shotgun. Plenty of time now.
Got a man.
Nearly intercepted. And what a play out there by Keon Laws. Steps in front of the pass, and it will be 4th down for Marshall's Thundering Herd.
That ball could have gone the distance. This is a heck of a play. He's got some help. They double over here. You run underneath the coverage. That could have been picked off. And if it is, Laws takes it the distance.
And Randy Moss did a good job of actually playing defense there. As we look at Chris Hansen, 40 yards on average this season. Keon Laws back deep to receive the punt at his 10-yard line.
As a receiver, you got to be able to catch it and play defense too.
Hansen with the little pooch version and hits it nicely. Settles down inside the 10-yard line. Hansen was practicing those prior to the game, and Ball State will take over deep in its own territory. Very important stop defensively for the Cardinals. Nice crowd of red and white, and across the way of green and white here at Ball State Stadium. Quarterback Jake Giuseppe, and he is a big kid. He's 6'3", weighs about 240, Sonny.
6'3" and 240. He better hope it works out at quarterback, or else he'll be up there in the line.
Their biggest quarterback ever here in Muncie. Pickett and Leandre Moore are the tailbacks, and that's Moore. He's a good one. Pounds it out over the 15-yard line.
You'll be calling his number a bunch here this afternoon.
Checking the Ball State lineup. The linemen Johnson, Earhart, Kate, Hasty, and Schmidt. Kate, the anchor of that line inside. The backs and receivers, we mentioned Josetti and Moore. Brown is the fullback. Reese, Giesman, and Vandella are the wideouts. 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6 yards now. And Josetti goes back to Moore, who has first down yardage out over the 20-yard line. And make no mistake about it, with Larry McLeod out, Bill Lynch will try to establish the run very early. Marshall's defense. Paul Totten, Lewis, Hall, B.J. Cohen on the line. O'Neal, Jimmy Parker, the freshman at middle linebacker, and John Grace. The secondary, B.J. Summers, Thomas Maxwell, Rogers Beckett, and Larry Moore. 1st and 10 for Jake Josetti and the Ball State Cardinals.
Draw.
Inside handoff there. Given to the backup tailback, number 35. That is James Terrell, who gets the ball pretty often in this offense.
They have their substitution package. Ball State does, always keeping fresh folks out there on the field.
Gain of 4 on the play, so it will be 2nd and 6 now. Terrell remains the lone setback. Josetti gives it to Terrell. He's got room outside, but wrapped up quickly by Jimmy Parker and company. Set up 3rd down for Ball State.
These Cardinal tailbacks pretty much built the same. Low center gravity, 5'9", about 185, 190 pounds. Great speed and quickness. They keep freshmen on the field all the time.
So Parker leaves the game. Albert Barber in for him. 3rd and 3 now. 2 wideouts for Jake Josetti.
Marshall in their nickel package.
Josetti swings it out high, and it is over the head of his wide receiver, Larry Davis. So now Ball State will return the favor and punt it away to the Thundering Herd.
Ball thrown just a little bit too tall. Larry Davis not able to come down with the ball. He was open.
The punter for Ball State, number 19, Michael Tinder. Averages 40 yards a kick, has kicked 152 this year. Back deep to receive for Marshall, Mr. Heisman candidate Randy Moss.
Let's see what Ball State's going to do with Mr. Moss here this afternoon. Are they going to punt it to him, or are they going to keep it away from him?
And he'll get a chance to at least watch it anyway. Moss fumbled it. Only with hands like that can he recover. We got a flag coming down. There is a flag in the middle of the field. I'll have to wait and see what this one is.
That could have been huge right there. Moss tried to let the ball go, and then it bounced up and hit him. He knew he had to catch it then and go with it. Let's see what the penalty is.
It was a hold on Marshall, as the referee will sort it out for us. Nick Define, the referee for today's crew.
Have a block in the back by the receiving team during the return. The 10-yard penalty, the end of the run, 1st down.
So actually it was a clip, so Marshall will take over deep in its own territory from Muncie, Indiana, with 10:20 to go in the 1st quarter. We've got no score. We'll be back to Ball State Stadium in a minute. Ball State scoreless. Coach Bob Pruitt's offense now will take over for the 2nd time of the afternoon. Chad Pennington, just a sophomore, 1 for 3 today, but coming into this game, he leads the nation in passing yards. See if he can get it untracked here against the Ball State defense. Swings it out here. That's Moss. And he's got a block.
Look out.
Out to the 30-yard line. Tackle made by the linebacker, Jeff Phelps. Moss's first action of the afternoon.
You get the ball in his hands any way you can. Little swing. 88 has it. Gets a pretty good block by L.B. Copeland. Into the secondary of the Ball State Cardinals.
Numbers for Moss on the year. Averages 22 yards a catch, 544 yards, leads the back in receiving yardage. First and 10 now from the 29-yard line.
Two deep zone. Pennington checks.
Davis to the tailback, picking his way as Low Turner stopped after a gain of about a yard. Interior defense there by Rasunin Guko, and from here on out, Sonny, we'll refer to him as Go-Go, his nickname. Also the linebacker Presley on the tackle.
And Go-Go goes in a hurry. Another look here. Not a whole lot of room. Little picking. Low Turner. Tough sled right there.
Ernest Presley, the linebacker, a fine linebacking core for Ball State. 2nd and 9.
Their linebackers run extremely well.
Blitz, and there's Coleclaw with some block.
Got a room.
Nice tackle out there, made by the secondaries, Troy Ramey, but big yardage out past the first down marker for L.B. Coleclaw.
They run that little flanker screen or underneath screen. Moss and Coleclaw can be awfully dangerous. You clear for them, you come underneath with your outright receiver. It's a great block by Reed. L.B. Coleclaw.
First and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Thundering Herd. Pennington wants to throw again. He's got Moss. Moss is out there.
Touchdown!
58 yards. Randy Moss.
Don't play him man-to-man, because if you do, he's going to bite you.
Well, Coach Lynch said he did not want to give up the dynamite, and he does here. 20 straight games now. Randy Moss has scored a touchdown every game of his career.
I said at the top of the show, they could not have that long ball happen too many times here this afternoon. Another look. Moss has actually got about 3 or 4 steps on the defender. Not even really close. Ball is the closest cornerback, but not close enough.
Number 49,
Billy Malashevitz on the kick the point after, but it is blocked, and that is nice defensive play on special teams. Lowell Faison with the block, number 42. So the Herd will have a 6-0 lead. There's Faison. Marshall's defense will take over the Ball State Cardinals, facing a 6-point deficit here in Muncie, Indiana. We'll be back after this.
When you're Moss, the big fella gets loose. Another look. You squat the defense just a tad. Raphael Ball, the cornerback, 5'11", 182 pounds. That's a mismatch. You can see Moss has got about 3 steps on him. All he does was cakewalk to the end zone. And the Herd strikes big with a long-distance shot. 4 plays, 87 yards. Pennington, 58-yard pass to Moss.
J.R. Jenkins now will kick off for the Thundering Herd. Back deep to receive for Ball State is Larry Davis. And he'll get it at about his 7-yard line. Nice wedge out there.
Yes, sir, got some room.
Tripped up there, perhaps by his own man. Kevin Cartwright ran into Davis, or he may still be going, but good return yardage for the Ball State Cardinals. They take over now at the 35-yard line.
Larry Davis, outstanding receiver, got great speed and quickness on that kickoff return. He showed why he's so dangerous.
Jake Josetti, just a sophomore. Ball State had a lot of placements to deal with after last year's MAC championship. Lost it in the Las Vegas Bowl to Nevada by 3.
Ball's on the ground.
Fumble, it looks
Look
like.
out.
Marshall may have jumped on it, and indeed the Thundering Herd with the turnover. As they unstack it, Jimmy Parker, the freshman linebacker, comes up with a football, and trouble for the Cardinals.
Jake Giuseppe, the big fella, was not able to get on the ball. Don't know whether it was a quarterback's fault to the center. You have to look and see whether the ball's coming up. Let's see if the center gets it up there. Quarterback did not have the ball, that's for sure. Last thing Bill Lynch wanted to happen was to turn the ball over in his territory.
First and 10 now for Marshall from the 34-yard line. Herd leads at 6-0.
Two deep zone.
Pennington to Moss. Corrals it close to the first down yardage. Tackled out there by Raphael Ball.
He and Ball are going to get on a first-name basis before this afternoon's over.
Ball just 5'11", so you have that height differential to deal with.
Big mismatch. I indicated that on the long pass throw. And catch. That time Ball had a little help. And they're going to have to give him help most of the afternoon.
A gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 for the Thundering Herd. Operating now from the 26-yard line.
In a two deep zone.
Doug Chapman on setback. He gets it. First down yardage. Where he's stacked up by the interior of the defense. But Marshall looks as if he got enough.
With Chapman and Turner, you got sweet and sweeter. Or sugar and equal. I'm not sure which, because both of them are awful sweet. First down.
Chapman gained more than 1,000 yards last year. Turner averaged 7 yards a carry. So with those two guys, you got a pretty nice package. 7:58 to go in the first. Marshall leads it by 6 and threatening again. The give is to Chapman. Big hole all the way down to the 16-yard line, where he's wrapped up defensively by Wilbur McDonald. Let's check in with Mark on the sidelines.
Keith, of course, it won't happen on this series, but of course, a 58-yard touchdown play from Pennington to Moss a moment ago. Marshall has won a long-distance national touchdown play award 3 consecutive weeks against Army, Kent State, and Western Illinois. We'll see as this game progresses if 58 yards holds up here today.
Thank you, Mark. It was Moss at Army. At Kent State, it was Coldclaw, and last week it was Low Turner.
Got a little trip set to the wide side.
2nd and 3 now from the 15-yard line. Marshall likes to throw down here. It's the fade pattern to Moss. Moss with the touchdown. Incredible catch by the Heisman Trophy candidate, and Marshall scores again.
Laws, Kenyon Laws, looking around, wondering what happened. Actually, they had Laws double covered. A heck of a throw and a heck of a catch.
6 straight games now with 2 or more touchdown receptions for Randy Moss. And I mentioned that height problem again. You know, when you're 5'8", what do you do out here, Sonny?
5'8", 180 pounds. That's what Kenyon Laws is. Here you see Moss in the end zone, just runs a little fade route. Laws tries to go up. 6'4" against 5'8". Who do you think's going to win that deal?
Moss with a 40-inch vertical leap, and Marshall will go for 2 because of the missed point after.
He's got his cape down in his jersey.
And they're going back to Moss.
2 points. That's
Give it to
again.
him.
No contest again.
Headaches for the defensive backs maybe all afternoon. It is next to impossible to stop Randy Moss. From Muncie, Indiana, the Thundering Herd thundering early with a 14-0 lead over Ball State. The Cardinals get the ball when we come back. Indiana, Marshall leads Ball State by a couple of touchdowns, and give it to the boss, Randy Moss, honey.
This is no contest once again. Little fade route in the end zone. Randy Moss all alone. Raphael Ball trying to stay close.
It was quick again. 4 plays, 34 yards. Moss gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. It's a short kick now by J.R. Jenkins. And some trouble there, but Cardinals still on his feet. Number 34, Kevin Cartwright, the tailback on the return, and they'll take over with pretty good field position at the 34-yard line.
We mentioned at the outset special teams would be big here this afternoon for Ball State. They've done a super job over the years. And again, this afternoon, they've been big. Nothing wrong with the special teams, but defensively, they got to be scratching their heads just a bit.
Well, we mentioned they were hit hard by graduation a year ago, so a rebuilding task this year for Bill Lynch. 1st and 10 now from the 34-yard line, and Josetti will work out of the shotgun. Leandre Moore, the tailback, he's got it, and some room outside. Big guy cracks it for about 6 yards. Sonny, this guy is the 3rd strongest guy on the team. They tell me can bench press 400 pounds.
Somebody told me he's stronger than train smoke. Now that's strong, brother.
There's Leandre. Averages 4.3 yards a carry with 2 touchdowns. In fact, he went to school with Orlando Pace. And he's a pretty big guy himself.
He's going to tote it here this afternoon about 30 or 40 times.
2nd and 3. That's Moore again. Plenty of yardage.
Oh, got some room.
Breaks it out to the secondary, and he can run. Finally tracked down by Larry Moore, but Leandre Moore sends a message.
Moore gets together with Moore. Leandre Moore. He can scoot. Big hole. On the outside, you got Leandre Moore, you got Larry Moore. And finally, Larry Moore runs him down.
Just a junior from Sandusky, Ohio. 1st and 10 for the Ball State Cardinals now at the 29-yard line. The give to the second back through. That's Terrell. Stacked up after a couple.
James Terrell. Not a whole lot there.
Ball State is last in the conference in rushing, about 100 yards per game, and Bill Lynch wants to see if they can change that. If they are to turn this thing around, they're going to have to run the ball.
Well, you need to run it to have a chance to throw the football. If you can't run it, you don't have a prayer. They can't be putting it up every down. Run the shotgun.
Terrell and Pickett flank Jake Josetti. 2nd and 6 now.
Josetti checking.
That's Terrell.
Draw.
Good yardage. Down to the 23-yard line, where it will set up 3rd down for the Cardinals.
From the shotgun, when you run the draw, you just hand the ball forward. Good look at Coach Bob Pruitt, the head man. You know it's not too serious just yet because he got on those headsets.
3rd and 4 now from the 23-yard. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Cardinals. Josetti sets him down. Lloyd Moore and
Marshall on the blitz.
the herd comes, and it quickly snuffed out by Girardi Mercer.
Marshall brought a little heat that time. Mercer, the first one to get there.
Kevin Cartwright, the ball carrier, and Girardi Mercer just shoots through the line.
Nose guard, 6'2", 263. Oh, what a stick. Nowhere to go. The Cardinals will be forced. Maybe. I don't know. Looks like they're going for it.
They are.
I'm not sure they'd go for the field goal to get some points, but they're going for it.
Especially with their fine field goal kicker, Brett Locklear. But Josetti remains on the field. So does the Ball State offense. 4th and 6 now. Huge 4th down for the Cardinals. Josetti's got time, and he's got his receiver, but it looks as though he does have the 1st down.
Well, it'll depend on the spot.
Tim Giesman out there on the catch.
They're going to get a good spot, I believe. Actually, he was thrown back, but where they spot the ball, it's a 1st down. Good look. Josetti throws the ball on a rope. Completed outside. Good enough for the 1st down. Giesman on the receiving end. 1st
and 10 from the 18 now. Ball State in the eye. That's Leandre Moore again. John Grace quickly to the scene. So why do you suppose Coach Lynch decided to disdain the field goal there and go for it?
Well, then I think all of a sudden he kicks a field goal, and he's telling Marshall, hey, I'm not real sure we can get in the end zone with it. We've got to keep some momentum. Sometimes you want the points. The other thing is you want to kind of set the tone. I think he's wanting to show him right now, hey, we're far from through. We think we can get it in the end zone.
A gain of just 1 on 1st down. 2nd and 9 from the 17-yard line. Josetti will work from the shotgun. Leandre Moore will get the carry inside.
And he's got some room outside.
Nice pursuit by the defense. He's slammed out of bounds there by Rogers Beckett.
Rogers Beckett coming from his defensive back position. Making a stick. At first looked like he had some room. But then all of a sudden, an awful lot of white jerseys showed up.
Wonderful day in Muncie, Indiana.
Spectacular day.
If you drew up a weather report for college football, it would certainly look like this.
They refer to this as a red letter day.
No doubt. 3rd and 6 now for the Ball State Cardinals. Terrell is the setback. Compass,
Blitz.
one of the wideouts.
Here comes some heat. Oh, just overthrown.
Intended for his tight end, Brian Vandella, but he does not get it out there, so it will be 4th down. Now does Lynch do the same thing?
This time I think you got to get, you got to get some points. Brian Vandella was open on that crossing route.
But unless we see number 2, and now
Yeah, we
do.
just saw number 2.
Now we do. Brent Locklear has kicked 9 straight field goals. The last time he missed was September of last year, so he was very reliable. This will be a 31-yarder, Sonny.
Not long, but as you say, very, very reliable. That ball was tipped.
And it looks like it was just inside the crossbar. So Brett Locklear, from 31 yards out, gets the Cardinals on the scoreboard.
At this juncture, I think, really, Keith, you got to have points. That's what Bill Lynch chose. Smart call, I believe. You try to get in the end zone with it, you miss, and now all of a sudden Marshall's got their hands on the ball again. You got something. This gives your team a lift.
And it gives Bob Pruitt's Thundering Herd the football back with a 14-3 lead, 2:44 to go in the first quarter.
That expression never changes, does it?
Not during a game. Bill Lynch there in his 3rd year. What a job he's done here.
Unbelievable job. They lost an awful lot of folks a year ago. The Mid-American Conference champions. You know, this secondary, little suspect coming in when you think about 3 of the guys that started a year ago. 2 of them playing in the National Football League. They had 3 go to the NFL. When you lose 3 out of your secondary, you know that's going to be costly.
So the Cardinals get the 31-yard field goal in a 10-play, 52-yard drive. Brent Locklear with his 10th field goal in a row. And he'll kick it deep. And so Randy Moss will get it.
He'll have a chance.
At his 3-yard line. And Moss has a seam. Whoa! The ball is down. And he was on the ground when he lost it, but Moss flying through the air with the greatest of ease.
I told you I had that cape on.
The partisan Ball State fans don't like it, but as you see on the replay, Moss indeed had hit the ground.
No question the ground caused the fumble here. Moss gathers it in. 6'5", runs about 4'3". You can see the acceleration. Going arm tackling. Up in the air. The ground did cause the ball to pop out.
Rafael Ball forced the tackle there, and so Marshall takes over on its 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the sophomore Chad Pennington.
Screen.
Inside screen. Nathan Poole now with him. He's an athlete.
And he's got some room.
Great blockers out there. There's a flag.
It'll come back. This one's coming back.
A very well set up play, but it appears a block in the back of some sort will bring this one back.
All for naught. When you get that back, Judge, you got his flag coming in there. 95, 99, that's a hole. That's going to go against the offense.
Nathan Poole saw extensive action last week. Just a sophomore, 6'3", 175-pounder from Danville, Virginia.
Holding offense during the run. 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul. 1st down.
Here's another look. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hammerlock. Oh, my. That's a takedown.
That would be...
well, he got his money's worth. Let's just say that.
That would be well received on the WCW or one of those wrestling
WWF.
outfits. Something like that, huh? 1st and 10 for Marshall from the 35-yard line. Tight end Jared Keeley in the slot. Set back low Turner. That's thrown out there to L.V. Coleclaw. Picks up 7 yards before he's run out of bounds.
You just get the ball in their hands, whether it's a swing. Doesn't make any difference what kind of a route it is. High percentage type throw. You get it in Coleclaw's hands, you get it in Moss's hands, and you let them do the rest. Oh, man. There's a little Cardinal.
The future of the program right there.
Just keep feeding me. That's all he's saying.
His mom knows he's on TV, so she wipes him up.
Hey,
and,
his dad hadn't missed many meals, I tell you that.
2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line for Marshall. This time they give it to Turner. And Turner cracks it out over close to 1st down yardage to the 45-yard line.
Believe he picked up the 1st down.
Stop out there made by number 93 for the Cardinals. That is Leonard Flowers.
Ball State defense not real big, but awfully quick. They got some folks over there can make it happen. Howard Sims, Jeff Phelps. Outstanding linebackers have run extremely well.
It has been a tough road trip for the Cardinals. They play 5 of their first 7 games on the road, so they haven't seen a lot of Ball State Stadium, just their second home game of the season. 1st and 10 now. Pennington wants to run it again. Turner picking his way up for about 4 yards, close to midfield.
And you know what, defensively right now, if you're Ball State, you got to be scratching your head just a little bit, because how many people do you get them in the box there, get folks in the box to stop the run, and now all of a sudden you know they're going to go downtown on you. You need people to help in the secondary as well. You can only play with 11. So, you know, trying to find enough folks to stop what Marshall does, awfully difficult. I don't care who the team might be.
Well, Marshall comes into the conference next to last in rushing, averaging 104 a game, but the Herd intent to keep it on the ground so far. The hole closes quickly there as Ball State's middle defense answers. Howard Sims, the middle linebacker, in there.
Just talked about Sims. Howard Sims, what a good one he is. 5th-year senior, 6'1", 241.
Jeff Phelps also helping from the outside, so 3rd down and 4 now for Marshall. It's 53 seconds to go before the first quarter expires.
And depending on how many are in the box, that'll determine whether it's run or throw. And Pennington's making the call right now.
Low Turner, the setback, 4 wideouts for Marshall.
Draw.
And it's going to be Turner who gets
Got through. Got a first down.
Nice tackle off the block by Ball State, but it was not before Turner picks up the first down. Work out there defensively by Keon Long.
Another look. Little delay draw. Up front, man on man. Big folks on big folks. Into the secondary. Chapman picks up a first down. That big offensive line of Marshall's knocking those smaller people off the ball for Ball State.
297 yards Marshall averages on the front line. Chapman the setback now. That's Moss.
Got a man.
Working out there on Rafael Ball, and he picks up good yardage.
Ball had some help. Caught that little stop route. You pick up 6 or 7, 8. You will take 8 every time the ball is snapped.
Well, Ball has no choice but to play off of Moss, and if you do that, obviously he gets a quick 8.
You choose your poison.
And it was enough for the first down. So Marshall now at the 29-yard line.
They just got so many weapons. That's the thing that makes it so tough on a team defensively.
You mentioned the names Turner, Chapman, Pennington, Coleclaw, Long, Wicks, and Moss, of course. And it's an awful lot to concern yourself with. Last play of the first quarter.
Draw, fakes the draw, looking for a man, got him open.
Eric Keeley can't hang on. And with that, the first quarter comes to a close. From Muncie, Indiana, as we start the second quarter, the Thundering Herd leads it over the Cardinals 14-3. Marshall keeps the ball when we come back. Behind 2, Randy Moss touchdown, leads it 14-3, and Coach Bob Pruitt's Herd threatening again from the 28-yard line. No doubt the coach would like to see 6 more here. Bill Lynch has got a lot of things.
He doesn't want to see 6 more. Not from those folks in the white jersey.
Beautiful afternoon for football in the heart of the Midwest, Muncie, Indiana. Marshall now from the 28-yard line. Low Turner, the setback. Moss and Coleclaw, the wideouts.
Fake. Looking for a man. Going for all of it. Got a man. Coleclaw, touchdown.
L.V. Coleclaw, 28 yards.
A lot of congratulations, Low Turner. His other main man, Randy Moss. Coleclaw just runs in post route.
And Bill Lynch's defense thinking crazy 8s. It's 1-8 or 8-8. You got to watch them all.
A lot of 8s. Here you can see the fake to the back. That might squat the linebackers. L.V. Coleclaw on the post route, wide open. That's 6.
Chad Pennington's already thrown for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Billy Malashevitz on to add the extra point.
That's blocked.
And this time,
the upright goes through.
actually caroms in. And
well, one official said it was good. The other one said no good. I want to see what happens here.
it almost assuredly went through.
The one official raised his hands good. The other one said no good. That's good. Yes, sir.
There was no doubt about it. It hit the left crossbar, upright actually.
4 eyes are better than 2.
With 14:54 to go in Muncie, Indiana, Marshall opens up an 18-point lead. The Cardinals will get the ball and hope for something after this.
21-3, Mark Martin back with you on the field. Ball State Stadium is a nice setting for college football, but we'll be taking on a new look in the coming years. Future plans include a building in the south end zone that will include weight room, locker rooms, meeting room space, and hospitality areas. And when it's all said and done, this stadium will soon seat 30,000 guys.
Thank you, Mark. Larry Davis.
Oh, what a mistake that is.
Huge mistake.
On the 1-yard line.
And he knows it. Larry Davis should have let it either fly into the end zone or out of bounds. Instead, he catches it, and he pins his own Cardinals back at the 1-yard line.
That shot's worth 1,000 words. He knows exactly what he's done. Another look. Just let it go. But it's a lot easier said than done. He wanted a chance to run it back. Instead, he steps out on the 1. Talking about being pinned back.
Davis's average is 16 yards a kickoff return, but would have been wise to let that one go. 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line by the Cardinals. Josetti, the quarterback, Pickett, and the fullback.
Got some room.
A nice run out there by Kevin Cartwright, the tailback, as he gets at least a little bit of room for his team, so they're not pinned up against the goalposts.
Cartwright picks up, well, about 7. 6 or 7, gives him a little breathing room. That Ball State offensive line doing a pretty good job.
Cartwright has seen a lot of action this season, and a lot today. We've seen him a little more than we've seen Leandre Moore, and he'll get it again. Cartwright to the outside. Nice hard running across the first down markers.
Larry Moore comes up from the Marshall secondary to make the stop. But that's a first down, as you mentioned. Cartwright comes off. He's done his job.
Just a freshman from Jasper, Illinois. And he'll be replaced by Leandre Moore. Very important, Sonny, for the Cardinals to get something going offensively, preferably for them to march it down and get 6, because the Thundering Herd certainly has the momentum and has dominated so far.
Old Mo is on that white jersey right now.
Brown, the fullback. But
Callis.
this is Leandre Moore, and he hit immediately. Albert Barber stacks him up.
Barber the first one to get there, but he had some help. Ball State loves to run that counter action. They run a counter trap as well. Another look. You can see there's not a whole lot here. Barber comes off the block. Makes a heck of a stick. Leandre Moore.
2nd and 11 now. While we have a second, I'd like to thank our affiliates down the line. WNBT in Falls Church, Virginia, WVSX Fox 59 in Ghent, West Virginia, and today WVAH Fox 11 watching Marshall football. Josetti scrambling.
Got a man.
And it's caught out there by Manuel Compass, and it's a nice first down gain for the Ball State Cardinals.
Josetti, excellent execution on the boot.
Compass, a junior from Ottawa, Ontario.
Here's your look. There's the counter action. Josetti looking for Compass. Crossing route, wide open, the ball thrown back behind him. Compass makes up with a heck of a catch.
Compass running in the right direction, huh? 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. This is the Terrell, the tailback, and he's got a little bit of room, still on his feet. Nice piece of running by James Terrell all the way down to the 46-yard line. Plenty of yardage on first down.
James Terrell. Not a whole lot of difference between James Terrell and Leandre Moore. Both have excellent speed and quickness. You see the end of the play. There's some room. And there's James Terrell. Still on his feet. Makes a heck of a run.
Andre O'Neill actually makes a stop, and Josetti is a little confused, and we'll have a discussion with Coach Bill Lynch on first down from the 44-yard line.
Jake Josetti and the Ball State Cardinals hoping to get something going offensively from Muncie, Indiana, Ball State Stadium. We'll be right back. Of Hoosier country, Muncie, Indiana. Marshall leads at 21-3 over Ball State, and the Cardinals got a little thing going offensively right now, Sonny.
They certainly want to hold on to the football, and if any way possible, put some points on the board.
Josetti will work out of the shotgun. That's Terrell again. Finds the hole nicely up over the 50-yard line. So James Terrell getting the engine going offensively.
That offensive line doing a heck of a job up front right now for the Ball State Cardinals.
Aaron Johnson, Matt Earhart, John Cate, Jason Hasty, and Joe Schmidt are the guys up front.
Aaron Johnson, a real good one, 6'5", 273, just a sophomore at left tackle.
Cartwright is the tailback. Mike Pickett, the fullback. 8 yards on first play. 2nd and 2, and it is a first down for, or close to a first down. Actually, they'll mark it right on the stick, so we'll have to see if Kevin Cartwright has enough.
Depends on the spot.
Let's check out our Budweiser scoreboard while we have a second. Ohio all over the Broncos.
Oh, Jimmy Grove, he's got them rolling up there, the Bobcats.
Popular man in Athens. Army and Miami in a good one up in West Point. Kansas State by a touchdown over Bowling Green in Manhattan. And there's one that
Carolina's got their hands full right now. The Cavs giving them all they want.
Coach Randall, a Virginia man, interested in that one. It is enough for the first down, so it will be Ball State from the 45-yard line now, Marshall.
A little shotgun action by the Cardinals.
Josetti looking all around. Now he's going to have to run a little bit. And he's got some pursuit. Larry Moore comes up and makes the nice stop for a loss of a couple of yards. All right, that's Maurice Hines, the freshman in the ball game.
Yes, sir. You got that one and those 2-1 mixed up.
They like this guy a lot, son. He runs a 4.340. Maurice Hines.
Maurice Hines, Jake Josetti from the shotgun. Nowhere to go with the football. This is a coverage. Pretty good coverage in the secondary. Josetti. Hines did not want to hit him high. Took him low.
2nd down, 12 yards to go now for Ball State. Leandre Moore is the tailback, but Josetti wants to go up again. Now he flushes, and he's got room across the middle. First down yardage still up there. Finally bulldog down, but nice yardage from the big kid. Jake Josetti.
Jake Josetti. He ran like a fullback. 6'3", 240. There's not too many quarterbacks in America that big.
Don't be misled by his size. He can run the ball. Obviously, he showed it there. But Jake Josetti, tight end size and fullback kind of speed. Got flag down.
Block in the back, straight the run, offense, 2nd down.
So they saw something that obviously will nullify the big gain.
Bentley puts the ball back to the 35-yard line.
They talked about a block in the back. Could have been a hole.
John Cates, the center. Keep your eye on him. 53 here.
As you mentioned, Josetti flushes right up the middle. Running north and south with it.
First and 10 now from the 35 for the Cardinals. Pickett and Moore are the setbacks. That's Moore. Still up. Leandre Moore. Finally brought down by B.J. Summers, but Moore does not quit.
I can tell you one thing on that particular run. Moore made about 4 folks miss. That's how simple that was. Leandre Moore, 5'8", 195 pounds, junior from Sandusky, Ohio.
7 yards on the carry. 2nd and 3 now from the 28-yard line. Terrell and Brown in the backfield. And that is Terrell. Tackled again by Summers.
Not a whole lot there. They keep that fresh tailback in there. Moore, now Terrell.
Cartwright as well, so they run 3 in and out of there. But it will set up 3rd and about 3 yards to go now for the Ball State Cardinals, who want to keep this drive going desperately.
You have to remember, this is 4-down territory. They don't make it on 3rd. Real good chance they would go for it on 4th.
Lloyd Brown, the fullback. Terrell is the tailback. Terrell gets it.
Got the first. Got some more. Almost goes the distance.
Nice stop made in the secondary for Marshall.
In the open field.
By Larry Moore, but had it not been for Moore,
that would have been 6.
Terrell might have gone.
Don't think there's any question about it. Little draw. James Terrell bounces to the outside. In the open field, Larry Moore makes the stop. That had 6 written all over it.
All the way down to the 20-yard line. So Ball State has a little something going on here. 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals. Josetti will give to Cartwright. He picks his way. Gets a block out there. Cartwright all the way down to the 1-yard line. And Ball State's running game does not look to be last in the conference on this drive.
Kevin Cartwright, we've seen 3 different tailbacks on this drive. They keep those freshmen in the game. Hand back. Kevin Cartwright, the tailback, bounces it outside. Cuts to the outside, gets a good block. Takes it down to the 1. The Cardinals knocking at the door.
Ball State hoping to get 6. Pickett the fullback. That's Cartwright. Hit.
Oh, what a hit.
Paul Tavesi just lays the leather down on him.
Tavesi showing some emotion. Wow. What a hit. Tavesi to the right part of the screen. Oh, what a hit.
Actually lost a yard. There's the big freshman Marshall is so high on from Alexandria, Virginia.
Boy, his motor runs all the time.
Paul Tobias.
Folks are in trouble.
2nd and 2 now. Loss of 1. There's Moore. Leandre Moore kicks it outside.
Touchdown.
Ball State scores. Touchdown number 3 on the season for Leandre Moore. From 2 yards out, narrows the gap here.
Moore makes it look easy. To the left of the screen. Gets it extra back from his fullback. And Moore does the rest. He walks in. But what a great block that time by Mike Pickett. The fullback made that run possible.
Locklear on for the extra point. Kick is up. And it is through. So with 7:52 to go before halftime, here in Muncie, Indiana, the Ball State Cardinals answer with a touchdown of their own. Marshall leads it by 11, and we'll have the Ball State kickoff in just a minute. Ball State takes it the length of the field, 99 yards, and Sonny, if ever a confidence booster was needed, they got it right there. Leandre Moore with the touchdown.
Leandre Moore, they've got those tailbacks. They keep fresh backs in the game. That was most impressive. You take it 99 yards. You have done something special, and that's exactly what we were looking at.
Moore with big numbers already on the day. 6.7 yards a carry with the touchdown. 158 yards total for Ball State, so 58 yards over their average, and that should at least give Bill Lynch something to build on and smile about. Right now, no, they have to concern themselves with stopping Marshall's offense.
Yes. The only bad thing with that touchdown is Marshall's offense comes back on the field. They say Leandre Moore, he'll carry the ball 30 or 40 times here this afternoon. Thrives on that workload.
Marshall with the little hidden deep back scheme they've come up with. Maurice Hines stands in front of Randy Moss so as not to tip off the kicker where Moss will be. One more thing to worry about. Locklear will kick it off. And this time he splits it.
He took care of that.
And he is snowed under. Randy Moss tackled down there by Nate Andrews. Also with some help is Daryl Murph. So Marshall, stymied on the kickoff, will take over at its 20-yard line.
Doug Hodges the first to the ball. Closest to the ball. He couldn't get a handle on it. He turned it over to 88.
7:44 to go before halftime. Marshall leads it by 11, and we see Chad Pennington again. Total yard battle has closed after Ball State's 99-yard drive.
4-3, 2 deep zone by Ball State. Pennington checks.
Doug Chapman, the lone setback. 3 wideouts for the Thundering Herd. And Pennington goes airborne to Coldcloth. He's got some green there. steps out of bounds after he makes first down yardage. So LV.
You know, when you got a quarterback like Chad Pennington, it's like having another coach on the field. Very seldom do I ever see him put Marshall in a bad play. He gives him the perfect play because he's making the call at the line of scrimmage.
Intelligent sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee is Chad Pennington.
Not just smart, but boy, he's got all kinds of athletic ability. And look at those numbers this afternoon. Woo!
First and 10 now for the Thundering Herd as they set us a little different formation with trips. Blitz now.
Oh, from the backside.
The heat is there. Fumble. And Ball State has it. Damon Hummel with the hit. Forces the fumble on the backside, and Ball State with a revitalized attitude.
From the backside. This is a blindside shot. Ball is fumbled. Awfully hard to blame that on the quarterback. Damon Hummel from the defensive tackle position. Now Chad Pennington talking to Coach Pruitt. Telling me what he saw, what he was looking at.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line. Ball State now hoping to cut it down, and this is Leandre Moore again. Look at Moore.
He's going to go.
Touchdown, Leandre Moore. And all of a sudden, Ball State has picked up the momentum and run with it, specifically Leandre Moore with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they closed it within 5.
They're going for 2. The head man wants his offense. Going for 2.
Jake Josetti will try to close the gap here to within a field goal.
From the shotgun.
Terrell is the setback. 4 wideouts. Giesman, Reese, Copas, and Davis.
Boy, they spread it.
It's intercepted.
Look out, he can go.
That's Rogers Beckett. If he can outrun somebody, he can get 2, but all the way up to
Jake
the
Josetti
24-yard
makes the
line.
play and saves 2 points.
So a big stop there by Rogers Beckett, and Marshall has a 21-16 lead, but Ball State with new life here in Muncie.
You just knew it with Ball State. They didn't have any quit in them. Another look at the touchdown. Hand back by Josetti. Leandre Moore. Excellent blocking. He does the rest. And he scampers in the end zone.
Aaron Johnson, the big offensive lineman down there for the block, and then the 2-point conversion.
Ball's underthrown here, thrown back behind the receiver. Rogers Beckett makes an excellent pick. And it looked like for a moment Beckett might go the distance. But the quarterback, Josetti, he makes the tackle. He's probably telling the coach, I don't want to be making too many of those tackles.
So after the turnover, the Cardinals capitalize. One play for 21 yards, and all of a sudden we've got a ball game again here at Ball State Stadium.
If you remember, Keith, at the top of the show, I said, no, better not be any turnovers here this afternoon. Cannot leave the ball on the ground. No fumbles, no interceptions. That changes everything.
Locklear will kick it off. Hines and Moss back deep to receive.
Moss will have an opportunity here.
Randy Moss
Not a whole lot of room.
stood up there and knocked down. Special teams play. Well done out there by Darryl Murph again, who made the tackle on the preceding kickoff. So Marshall takes over again with a renewed sense of urgency, perhaps.
I imagine they've got their attention.
Ball State certainly likes the confines of Ball State Stadium. 83% wins over the last 5 years. In MAC games, they're at 80%. So if you're going to beat them here, you're going to have to put out an effort.
You got to do more, put out an effort. Trips.
Chapman the setback. Penny throws again. That's Colclaw, and they've run that thing to perfection already this afternoon. Colclaw out to the 34-yard line.
Troy Ramey Free safety. Gets there, but not before L.B. Colclough picks up about 8.
So Marshall sticks with its passing game even after the sack and the fumble. And an 8-yard gain on first down.
You got 6.5 minutes here in the second quarter. No need to push the button yet.
2nd and 2. Trips again. Wide for Pennington. Chapman the setback. Chapman gets it. Gets negligible yardage.
That's going to be close.
36-yard line.
It'll depend on the shot. If it's third, it's going to be awfully short.
Looks like a half a foot to go for Marshall now. And they're going to come in and bring the sticks.
Half a foot. Man, you got the good eyes.
Well, we'll see when we get this
We'll see how good your eyes really are. I should mention here in Muncie, Indiana this afternoon, 40,000 folks have gathered for the James Dean Festival.
Yeah, there's how good my eyes are right there.
Oh, they're perfect. 2020. Did you go to the James Dean Festival?
I saw a lot of those
40,000 people. I think I saw James Dean at breakfast this morning. Everybody else is saying they saw him. I may as well have seen him too.
Talking about my eyes, huh? 1st and 10 for the Thundering Herd at the 36-yard line. Chapman the setback.
One back set.
Moss and Colclough the wideout.
Pennington calling the play.
There's Chapman. Spins it up in there. Hit hard by the linebacker, Howard Sims.
Again, Pennington counts him in the box. That determines whether he's going to run or throw.
There's a good look at Sims, the leading tackler on the team. 6'1", 244-pound senior from Miami.
Boy, you have to be impressed with that young man.
3-yard gain on first down. 5:37 to go before halftime. The Herd leads it by 5. 2nd down, 7 to go. Pennington finds Moss out there. Trying to escape. Wrapped up nicely there. Good defense by Matt Hefner.
I'm counting 5 red jerseys, and that's what they got to do. The head man, he knew positively they had to swarm.
Keon Law's out there as well.
Here's a look. Pennington, 7-step drop. Randy Moss runs a little turn route. Has the ball. And then you can start counting the jerseys.
First down yardage, his 6th catch of the afternoon.
4 or 5 red ones got me in a hurry.
Ball's at midfield. 1st and 10 now for Marshall. Chapman, the setback.
Toss sweep.
And he's got a
Got some
hold.
room.
Pounds it down.
Oh, what a stick. Wow.
Troy Ramey hits Chapman hard, and he got some of it himself.
And Chapman slow to get up. Knocked his helmet off. You don't think that was a shot? Troy Ramey from the free safety position. This is quite a thud, and Chapman's down. Toss sweep into the boundary. Watch this collision. Ramey, Chapman. That's helmet on helmet. That was quite a collision.
Chapman started to get up, and then perhaps the effect of that hit started to wear on him.
Then he thought better of it. You can see Ramey. He might have a few cobwebs, too, as Chapman bounces off.
6 foot, 195 pounds is Ramey. Chapman had some good numbers and probably just got a little woozy.
Or maybe his bell rung.
A gain, though, of 9 yards. So Marshall has 2nd and 1 from the 41-yard line.
They're asking him over there where he is. He better say Muncie.
He better know the state and the city.
That's right. He looks like he's all right.
Low Turner comes in his stead. 2nd and 1 now for the Herd. 4 minutes, 40 seconds before halftime here in Muncie, Indiana. Marshall leads it 21-16.
Little screen. Moss got the ball on the ground.
He never caught the ball.
Sir. Never had control of the football. Actually, Moss tried to run before he had the ball.
He did have a lane, but even Randy Moss can make that mistake sometimes.
And you saw him point to himself. pointed between the eights. He said, that's my fault. He thought he was off and running. And that's what happens sometimes when you take your eye off the ball for a split second. But that was a throwaway down. You got third and about one. You know you can get to one, so go for the big one.
It is, as you mentioned, third down now for Marshall. Low Turner in the backfield. Chad Pennington counts him off.
Chapman. That's Turner, and I think he's got the first.
The lean perhaps got it for him.
Didn't have it at first, but that second effort as he fell forward, I believe that was enough to pick up the first.
Low Turner from Manassas, Virginia. Coach Lynch on the other side.
Coach Bill Lynch.
Hoping to find a way to stop this. In his third year at Ball State, and they love the job he had done for the Cardinal program.
He's done an unbelievable job. Oh, here's your jumbo look. Three to the wide side. One back set. Toss sweep.
Blocking out there.
Flag comes down. That's going to cost Marshall
Nice
some yards.
job by the linebacker, Ernest Presley, to free himself.
Presley came in a hurry. Illegal blocker and hold. That was a hold. Hold and that will come back. Coach Pruitt does not like the call.
During the run, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So now Marshall back on its side of the field at the 48-yard line. Big penalty makes it 1st and 23. So that one painful for the Thundering Herd.
That's a big, big swing, those penalties.
Chad Pennington looks over the defense of the Ball State Cardinals.
Marshall has trips to the wide side of the field.
Moss, Long, and Coleclaw. And they run the underneath screen. Low Turner, good yardage. Down inside the 40.
Actually, what they do, they run those trips inside. Kick everybody with them. Little dump pass to Low Turner, the back out of the backfield. He picks up excellent yardage. You take that trips and you run them across the field. You swing the back. Most of the time, there's going to be an awful lot of room.
15-yard gain for Low Turner. 2nd and 8 now from the 37-yard line.
Pennington's taken just what the defense will give him. Two deep zone.
Just under 3 minutes to go now before halftime. There's a swing pass to Moss again. He gets a block and takes it down to the 24-yard line. Finally brought out of bounds there by the Ball State secondary. And there are some of his biggest fans.
The Moss collection is gathered at the top of the stands.
His clothing collection.
Yes, sir.
Sans the shirt.
How would you like to be paying their tuition? Yes, sir. They get excited when Big 88 cranks it up. Boy, you see his acceleration down the sideline.
Lowell Faison closes to make the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line now. Turner with the carry up the middle. Slices inside the 20-yard line. Jeff Phelps, the outside linebacker, on the stop.
Marshall quarterback Chad Pennington mixing things very, very nicely.
And this is the best answer, Sonny, to a turnover and a touchdown. To march it back, right back at him, and again set the tone.
March it right back and take a bunch of time off that clock, and that's exactly what Marshall's doing.
2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 yards. Doug Chapman checks back into the game. 2nd and 5 from the 18.
A little slip screen.
Gerald Long out there trying to get a block, and he is swarmed under. Mr. Presley on the tackle.
John Cooper trying to provide a little block for him. The thing you do not want to do is to turn back inside, because I can promise you there's a crowd in there. Here's a little screen, a little circle route, back down inside, counts over red jerseys. There's 4. Presley, the first one to get there for Ball State.
Big third down for Marshall. 3rd and 3 from the 16 now. Chapman is the tailback. Wideouts are Moss and Coleclaw.
4 down territory. Pennington's checking down.
Blitz.
Got a man. Ball's tipped, intercepted.
And Ball State has done it again.
Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage and picked off.
Interception out there made by Howard Sims, the middle linebacker, and Ball State turns back the herd.
Big interception. Watch, the ball is tipped here. Right there, the ball's tipped in the air. Howard Sims comes down with it, makes a spectacular interception for the Cardinals.
Great awareness here by Sims, and a great catch.
Heck of a catch. He might be playing tight end here before you know it. But not the way he plays linebacker.
1:16 to go now. The Cardinals with the ball again, and Jossetti wants to go to the air.
Oh, yeah, he's going for all of it.
B.J. Summers out there on the coverage. It was intercepted.
Picked off. No.
Wow!
Caught the ball.
And look at the catch out there by Larry Davis. We thought B.J. Summers
The
had
ball's picked off.
everything going right for the Cardinals right now.
All Joe City does is just throws it up for grabs and hopes something good happens. From the goal line. Two defenders there. Larry Davis just goes up between them and comes away with the football.
Wrestled away from Summers. Watch the catch here. Nicely done. Jossetti
Heck of a
to
play
throw
by
again.
Davis.
Over the middle and nearly intercepted by Rogers Beckett. Pass intended out there for Reese.
Andre Reese. Ball just a little bit too tall.
55 seconds to go for Ball State now.
Joe City, Jake Joe City. Oh, what an arm he's got on him. He's got a hose.
21-16 as Ball State and Bill Lynch not content just to take it to the locker room. They're looking for something else.
1 point. Draw.
Terrell snowed under there by Marshall's defense. And now he may be just satisfied to go in with a 5-point deficit.
Somebody called time.
Yes,
the
indeed.
Cardinals did.
Third down now for Ball State, so Bill Lynch will get everybody together. Jake Jossetti.
You have to be impressed with that young man. He hadn't really played a whole lot up until this year, but has really come on. Gets better and better each week.
Well, certainly as far as momentum goes, the Ball State Cardinals have captured that and kept a hold of it. Marshall looked like had this game in hand, certainly, and now it's 21-16, 43 seconds to go.
You worry sometimes when you get it too easy and you get it too early.
Larry Moore across the way with Thomas Maxwell, Jay Hobson. Hoping to stop this thing right where it is and go into the locker room and talk about the second half.
Jay Hobson trying to get those defensive backs straight. Does a super job with those DBs. They know they're going to come up big here. If they're to keep the Cardinals from getting on the board. You know, that great field goal kicker they got. All they're going to do is to get it within 40. 40 is his range, I believe. 42 to 44 is his max.
Right, he's extremely accurate, but he doesn't have a booming leg. Right. Third now. 10 to go.
From the gun.
Jossetti floods the zone with receivers. Now he's being chased across the middle. Had a man for just a minute, but underthrown. Intended out there for Davis.
Davis was open. Ball thrown back behind him, so the Cardinals forced to punt it away.
So now what you do, though, is you give
Marshall another opportunity here before halftime.
and if they decide to send Randy Moss back deep to receive, then they've got to watch him handle the ball again, something you'd rather not deal with.
Well, I would doubt seriously they're going to give him that opportunity. If Marshall's not convinced that they're going to punt the ball, because they got their regular defense still in the game. Although the punter's in, Marshall's defense is still on the field. All 11 of them. They'll just let the ball go.
Locklear.
And that's what it's going to do.
Lofts it down inside the 15, where they down it at the 16-yard line. 27 seconds to go. Marshall will take over. You have to assume with the way the turnovers have gone, Coach Pruitt will likely sit on this one.
I would be surprised if he goes long distance with it here. Coach Bill Lynch. Been a long first half, but he's got to be off the field awfully good about what's happened here the first half. His folks from Ball State have battled back.
Well,
Coach Pruitt, on the other side of the field, he ain't real happy. I can promise you that.
5 MAC championships here in Muncie, so they do not give up easily. And they'll get the ball at the start of the second half, son.
Just to save the game formation, they'll take a knee and let it run out. And that'll be the end of the first half. The Herd content to go to the locker room in front, 21-16.
And the Ball State fans on their feet for the Cardinals, who come back from what seemed to be extermination. They had the lead, Marshall did, 21-3 at one point. And now we go to the locker room with Marshall leading at halftime here in Muncie, Indiana, Ball State Stadium. It's Marshall 21, Ball State 16. We'll be back with halftime activities after this.
Pretty good. I'm not sure what he says. He won't share that with me, but if it's any indicator as to what's taken place in the past, they get aroused and play awfully well in the second half, but they're going to have to play well here this afternoon.
Marshall trailed it by 18 at West Virginia and then promptly outscored the Mountaineers 18-3 there to take a 31-28 lead. Then last week at Western Illinois, they were up just 14-zip, and then they ended up winning 48-7. So whatever he does at halftime, as you look at the numbers in the third quarter, he does things right.
69-13. Marshall outscores their opponents in the third quarter.
Set for another 15 minutes of football, and as we have said, a glorious afternoon for football. Marshall will kick it off to Ball State with a 5-point lead, and this first series will be ever so crucial for the Thundering Herd. Can they stop the Cardinal rushing game? And for Ball State, on the other hand, can they keep the momentum?
I've always believed that first series of downs on both sides, that kind of sets the tone for the second half.
Larry Davis back deep to receive for Ball State. And this time he'll get it at his 3-yard line.
You talking about a hit, no question about that. Lamar Martin.
Big Lamar, the linebacker.
But I know one thing, Larry Davis slow to get up. What a hit by Lamar Martin. Linebacker from South Hill. Actually, Oak Hill. Not South Hill, Oak Hill. You can see Larry Davis.
And our sideline reporter, Mark Martin, knows a little bit about Oak Hill.
Oh, yes. He's a legend in Oak Hill. 1st
and 10 now. That's Moore again. Good yardage. Negligible yardage as he is knocked down quickly by Thomas Maxwell. And again, they want to establish the running game.
They've done a heck of a job in the first half. Ball State has mixing the plays very, very nicely.
Only 7 passes, 3 completions, but they were important. 60 yards on the afternoon for Jake Josetti, who finds himself with a 2nd and 8 now from the 26-yard line.
6'3", 240. And a quarterback.
DeAndre Moore next to Josetti, and Moore gets it.
Got some room.
Hit hard by Albert Barber and brought down. Set up about 3rd down and 2 for the Cardinals.
Barber the first one to get there. Also on the stop, Paul Totten. See Leandre Moore come on. They shuttle those tailbacks. Big 3rd down here, 3rd 2.
Mike Pickett and James Terrell now on either side of Jake Josetti. 3rd and 2 from the 32-yard line.
Shotgun.
Initial drive of the second half for the Ball State Cardinals.
Marshall on a blitz.
Terrell. And looks like he gets close to 1st down yardage.
Not sure he made it. Depends on the spot.
Well, the spot would indicate that it's going to be very, very close.
The spot across the way, I'm going to say, is just a tad short. Ball State players signaling 1st down. And I believe it is a 1st down.
James Terrell with just enough to keep it going for Ball State. Look at the blue sky.
Absolutely perfect here in Muncie, Indiana. Perfect day for football.
David Letterman's alma mater, Ball State. If he can stay up long enough and watch this thing, he works that late shift. Josetti wants to throw, and he's got Cartwright. Jimmy Parker out there with him, and B.J. Cohen puts the hit on him. Picks up about 5 yards, or a little less than 5.
Parker the first one to get there. B.J. Cohen coming from the backside, giving a little help.
Jimmy Parker thrown into a tough situation, just a freshman, a true freshman, from Mount Hope, West Virginia, has to fill the considerable shoes of Larry McLeod, who will return in a couple of weeks for Marshall.
Parker, most impressive here, as you mentioned, as a true freshman.
Second down. A little more than 5 yards to go. Josetti will work out of the shotgun. And he's going to give it inside. This is Cartwright.
Go, guys.
Still on his feet. Roger Beckett giving chase. Finally knocked down at the 34-yard line. Kevin Cartwright. Tailback, just a freshman from Jasper, Indiana. Huge gainer.
Cartwright's had a big afternoon. Little counter action, counter trap. Cartwright in the open field. Tailback, just a freshman, as you mentioned. Cuts back. Big gainer for the Cardinals. Ball stay on the move.
First and 10 from the 34 of Marshall. The Cardinals. They're going to keep it going. Josetti now going to throw it. Over the middle. He's got Davis.
Picked
And
up.
it's intercepted.
Big pick.
Wow, Larry Moore with an outstanding defensive play to give Marshall the football. And that could be big.
Jim Josetti looking for the big one. He'd like to have that one back. Throws it right down the middle of the field.
Senior from Danville, Virginia. Watch the effort here.
Larry Moore, what a play. That is just a great athletic. Another look. You talking about athletic ability? He just takes it away.
A big-time play for Larry Moore. There you get a look at him, the senior. Cornerback gives Marshall the ball back at its own 11-yard line. They turn away the threat. This is a nice spin move, and he gets first down yardage. And then he is wrestled down out of bounds.
Over across the way there, looked like Lowell Faison.
His 8th catch of the afternoon. 9 is the most receptions in a game for Randy Moss, so he will most certainly eclipse that.
Getting serious across the way. When you see the head coach of the Marshall Thunder and Herd put that headset on, you know it's serious.
They pay him time and a half when he dons the headset.
No, he said double time.
First down yardage for Marshall. Doug Chapman, the lone setback. John White in motion, the tight end. And he gives up a good block out there. Pickup of about 4 yards for Marshall on first down. Stop made by Ernest Presley.
We're going to look back a little bit later as this game progresses. That pick here early in the third quarter by Larry Moore, it could turn out to be a real turning point in the football game.
Ball at the 26-yard line for Marshall. 3 wideouts.
One back set, and they spread the field.
That's Doug Chapman. Marshall wants to throw it, and they've got it out there. Caught close to the first down marker. That is Gerald Long, Jr. His first catch of the afternoon.
You get him isolated out there on that cornerback, you'll take that 5 or 6. That's exactly what Pennington did.
3rd and 1 now for Marshall. Big third down. Tony Peterson, quarterback's coach for Marshall, was a fine quarterback here in his own right. Winging the ball around at practice yesterday, Sonny. He still got it.
He's always had it.
Chapman has stood up, and it will be short. Doug Chapman.
Don't think you got there.
Looks like Damon Hummel was in on the play, number 98.
I think Howard Sims also there. They're going to put it away. Another look. Hand back. Oh, that's a stick. Yes, sir, Sims. He was right there.
Sims and Hummel on the stop, and the big middle linebacker makes a big play as Marshall's Chris Hansen will kick it away.
So both defenses here in the third quarter have made big plays.
They actually asked for a measurement. And as we
That ain't even close.
assumed, it is short. About a yard short, so we'll see Chris Hansen. Keon Laws will be back to return the kick. He averages 7 yards a kick return. Hansen, Marshall's fine punter, averages 40 yards a kick.
Keon Laws looks like he'll get an opportunity. A lot of point going on. Could it be a fake? No, sir. They're going to punt it.
They fake the fake.
Oh, my, got it all.
Hansen hits a bomb. Laws wants to catch it, and right there, Doug Hodges lays him out.
He catches Hodges. What a big play by Doug Hodges.
So with 10:02 to go in the third period, it is Marshall 21, Ball State 16. The Cardinals get the ball back when we come back.
Thundering Herd football team, one of them wearing number 41. Chris Hansen, Marshall's great punter, just got off a booming kick a moment ago. I was talking with him, guys, before the game. You know, he is from the state of Georgia. He loves that warm weather. I said, is today warm enough for that live kicking leg, Chris? And he said, almost. Feels pretty good out here. Got off a good one there, gentlemen, pitting Ball State deep in their own territory.
Thank you, Mark. Leandre Moore with a nice gainer on first down. Knocked out of bounds by Albert Barber, but Moore continues to show why he is the workhorse in the backfield for Ball State.
The more he carries it, the stronger he gets. Leandre Moore. Little counter action. Counter tray. Boy, they run that counter to perfection. Leandre Moore. He does the rest. Albert Barber. That might have been a little bit out of bounds.
First down yardage. Good yardage out to the 28-yard line. Jake Josetti with the give to Moore again. Big yardage. About 6 out to the 34-yard line. Rogers Beckett puts the hat on. Thomas Maxwell also.
Nothing real fancy. That counter they run to exception. Leandre Moore. The more he runs, the stronger he gets.
2nd and 3. So they give him 7 on first down. Big yard. Just a big wall. Turning upfield for number 35.
Again, they run that fresh tailback at you. Cartwright, Terrell, Leandre Moore. We've seen them all.
Big offensive line as you look at Joe Schmidt. 6'4", 261. Earning their keep today.
That's a young offensive line, too. They have lost 2 offensive linemen, 2 of their veterans to injury, a tight end who they thought was special, also their starting fullback. So Ball State hurting a little bit injury-wise on offense, but it doesn't look that way right now.
Josetti will work from the shotgun formation. And that's Terrell. Now, momentarily had it, but the sack out there by Ricky Hall. B.J. Coe, 5'6". Either one of them can track him down.
Big play by the big play guy on the Marshall defense, B.J. Coe.
His 3rd quarterback sack of the season from Conley, Georgia.
Quarterback had everybody fooled that time.
Sonny Marshall's defense needed a play like that.
Needed a big play.
Kind of back on their heels a little bit.
Jake Josetti.
2nd and 19 after the loss of 9.
Fool everybody except B.J. Cohen. Oh, ball snapped a little early.
There's Cartwright. He's got all kinds of company out there. John Grace on the stop.
Grace certainly the first one to get there. That ball was snapped before Josetti was ready for it. Another look at the sack. You see he fakes it back. Terrell coming this way. Keeps the ball. B.J. Cohen. He would have none of it. You get that defensive end staying at home. He's going to continue to make big plays.
Now it's 3rd and 20 for Jake Josetti.
2 deep zone.
Cartwright the tailback. 4 wideouts for the Cardinals. And he's flushed again. Paul Totten this time around.
From the backside.
So Marshall's defense rises up and makes a statement. And the Cardinals will have to kick it away.
Big Paul Totten. 6 feet, 252 pounds senior from Danville, Virginia, from the backside. Runs him down, shows good speed and quickness for the big fella. There he is.
Virginia. That brings on the punter. Michael Tinder has considerable cleats to fill Brad Maynard, their All-American from a year ago.
Moss will get an opportunity. Randy Moss with some room.
Moss looking upfield, slips there, down at the 34-yard line, where Marshall will get back the football.
Very wise there. You keeping him inside.
The Ball State special teams doing a pretty good job of containing Randy Moss. 21-16, 6:41 to go. The Herd has it when we come back. State Bill Lynch, 16-11. The Butler University graduate has his guys going after it today against the Thundering Herd.
Said they didn't know where they were. They weren't quite sure how good they were, but he knew they would find out this afternoon. And they have come to play.
Marshall has it 1st and 10 now. On its own 34-yard line, low turn of the setback. Turner with the trying to bounce it outside, but nothing doing. Wilbur McDonald, the defensive end, on the stop after a gain of a couple, maybe.
Not really a whole lot there. Again, Pennington count them in the box. That determines whether they're going to run it or throw it.
Good look at Mr. McDonald from Chicago, Illinois. Just 1 yard on the carry now. 2nd and 9 for the Thundering Herd. And this time Pennington wants to throw it.
Screen.
A little too high for Nathan Poole.
That little underneath screen. Poole had some room, but couldn't hang on.
They really like his athleticism. Just a sophomore, as we mentioned, from Danville, Virginia. Now it's 3rd and 9, so the Herd finds itself in a precarious position.
He told Pennington it's just a little bit too high. Pennington had that figured out. Just a head man looks on. Trips to the wide side.
Moss, Coleclaw out there. Pennington wants to throw. Good time.
Got a man.
And Moss can't hang on.
Actually, that ball looked like it went right through his hand. Might have been a tad too tall, but the great ones come up with those catches.
Pennington put it in there nicely with the zone coverage, but now they will punt it away. And the defense is standing tall here in the second half.
Both defenses playing extremely well here in the second half.
Keon Laws back deep to receive the Chris Hansen punt, averaging 42 yards on the afternoon. They came after hard, and Hansen gets it away. It's a nice one. And there was no fair catch, although there's a flag down now.
I really believe
Laws may have called the fair catch.
Well, I think he called for the fair catch. I'm not sure when he called for the fair catch, but I think a Marshall player was in that bumper zone. You have to allow the guy 2 yards to catch the ball. I don't think that happened. Let's see what the call is. Yes, sir.
Yes, you are correct.
You have to allow him 2 yards in which to catch the football.
Nick Define, the referee.
We have a 2-yard belt in violation by the kicking team. That penalty is refused. The result of the play, 1st down.
So Ball State will get the ball with pretty good field position at the 33-yard line. The defense is getting it done here in Muncie. We'll see which defense will give first. 5:45 to go. We're back at Muncie coming up. The counter-punching continues in Muncie, Indiana. Ball State now with the chance to move the football. Neither team generating much offensively here in the second half.
Both defenses playing extremely well here in the 3rd quarter.
Jake Josetti, the quarterback. The lone setback is Leandre Moore. And Moore's got it left side, but he's immediately hit there. Andre O'Neal provides the company out there for Moore.
O'Neal, too much penetration. O'Neal meets Moore. Hand back. Moore on the right side. And here comes Neal. Oh, my. What a shot.
More for less there as Andre O'Neal steps up from Decatur, Georgia. Sophomore, a loss of 2 yards on the play. Josetti from the shotgun wants to throw it, and it's intercepted. B.J. Cohen wrestled down, and B.J. Cohen comes up huge.
We talk about the big plays he makes on defense. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Jake Josetti would love to have this one back. Tries to throw a little screen. B.J. Cohen, with that great athletic ability, just goes up and intercepts the ball. Josetti, look at him go up. B.J. Cohen, defensive end. Josetti gets a little face mask. Take him down any way you can take him down. But a big, big play for Marshall.
Marshall gets the ball back now, 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. The big break of the second half that Marshall was hoping for.
Draw.
Doug Chapman, big time hole there. Pounds it down inside the 10-yard line where he's brought down by Troy Ramey, but Marshall, big yardage, and this turnover may prove to be huge.
We're going to look
do.
You're exactly right, Keith. We're going to look back at this turnover. It might have been the swing of the game. Big ball, look at this hole. Holy mackerel. I mean, you could have driven a truck through that hole. One of those Big Mac jobs.
1st and goal from the 8. Doug Chapman, just a sophomore from Chester, Virginia. Now this is Randy Moss territory down here. And they're looking for him.
There he goes.
He's back there. Touchdown. Number 3 for Randy Moss.
It's his territory. Dial him up. That's not fair.
That's a season-high 9 catches today. 3 touchdowns for Moss.
That's a man amongst children. And look, the herd faithful across the way.
And Bob Pruitt
Shoulder play.
needed that one there at this
Yes,
point
sir.
in the ball game.
Guaranteed it. You could just see it was coming.
Well, you would think, Coach, that any team would make you beat you some other way around the goal line instead of Randy Moss.
Take him away. Let him beat you another way.
Make somebody an effort anyway. Malashevitz on to kick the point after. It is through the uprights, and a huge turnover, interception by B.J. Cohen. Leads to a Randy Moss touchdown.
Another look at the touchdown. Just a fade route. This is from ground level. Fade route to the top of the screen. In the end zone, you throw it up. You let the young man just let his athletic ability take over.
Rafael Ball on the coverage, but he really needs some help over there.
Yes.
No doubt about that.
Randy Moss, 6'5", 210. Ball, 5'11", 182.
Sonny, the season record for touchdown catches in a season in the Mid-American Conference, 13 by Eugene Baker, the touchdown maker. Moss already has 12.
Keith, I'm going to go on record right today here in September, late September, and tell you, I don't know if the young man's going to win the Heisman Trophy. I doubt seriously that he will, especially if Peyton Manning has a big, big year, which everybody expects him to do. But you know those 5 finalists that are sitting up there in New York? I would bet my hat and fanny that he's one of those 5.
So you're saying he should pick out a suit, is what you're saying?
Oh, yes. Get a nice suit. I mean, one of those big-time suits. One of those triple-breasted or double-breasted or some kind of breasted suit. He will be one of the 5.
And Marshall squibs it out there. Jason Arnold takes it and out over the 35-yard line where the special teams brings him down.
But we're going to look back. That B.J. Cohen interception, that's going to be awfully big.
B.J. Cohen steps up. All right, let's send it down to Mark Martin on the sidelines. Mark?
Well, guys, it was former Marshall head coach Jim Donnan who once said B.J. Cohen reminded him of Lawrence Taylor. Donnan, of course, had coached Taylor when he was an assistant at North Carolina. In fact, Donnan started calling Cohen LT, now a senior. He continues to impress. Maybe that's why the Sporting News had him as one of the top defensive ends in the country. He's playing 17 pounds lighter this season, guys.
I think he was ranked the 11th best defensive end, Mark, and no room for James Terrell outside. And Marshall's defense all of a sudden getting a little enthusiastic out there.
You know what? I'm convinced that B.J. Cohen, Coach Pruitt will call him whatever he wants him to call him if he keeps coming up with those kind of players. Coach Kelly, any of the defensive staff, anybody on the staff, call a young man whatever he wants to be called.
Cohen picked off a pass a couple of years ago in the playoffs, ran it back for a touchdown, and did the same thing last year in a game. So he is familiar with that little inside pass, and he was right where he had to be.
Quarterback trying to throw that screen. B.J. Cohen goes up, takes it away.
2nd and 8 for Josetti. This time the handoff is again to Terrell, who's tripped up there. Paul Totten got a hand in there. And with that touchdown pass, Chad Pennington ties an opponent's record here at Ball State Stadium.
You know, somebody's got to throw it before somebody can catch it. And Chad Pennington has done a great job of getting the ball absolutely perfectly in the hands of Randy Moss here this afternoon.
His 4th touchdown pass of the day. 3:11 to go. 3rd and 6 now.
Big down for the Cardinals.
Jake Josetti. And he's hit. All of a sudden, that might be an Marshall score. Dwayne Lewis. And we see a late flag.
I'm not sure what that was.
The big defensive tackle picked it up and went the distance. However,
Dwayne Lewis, he knew what to do with it. They're going to call a clip. Blocking below the knees.
the hit was made by Damone Williams, a cornerback, number 14, which separated Josetti from the ball, and then Lewis did the rest here.
Lewis knew what to do with the football.
Have a block below the waist during the return on the fumble. Be a 15-yard penalty from the spot on the foul. It'll be first down.
That's coming back, boy. You're talking about a big swing.
But again, watch Williams here. Coming from the outside.
He's the one that disrupts things. Damone Williams, the cornerback. Lewis picks it up and rambles in the end zone. That'll take a little time off the clock.
Shades of last week when Marshall forced several turnovers against Western Illinois and spread it out, and now they've got 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Big play by Damone Williams.
Low Turner.
Draw.
Outside. Met there and knocked down. Leonard Flowers on the tackle.
Picking the ball carrier.
Leonard Flowers, defensive tackle from Chicago, Illinois.
Ball at the 19-yard.
Marshall content to hold on and make sure they come away with points. This one right here could be huge. It's touchdown.
A 3-yard gain on first down. Turn to the setback. Pennington checking. Lost to the other corner.
Wow. Touchdown.
It is a man among boys out here this afternoon in the secondary. Number 4 on the day for Randy Moss.
Missed the ball. Close, but no cigar.
And that ties a Mid-American Conference season record for touchdown passes with Eugene Baker. Randy Moss now with 13 on the season.
The herd faithful across the way is showing you appreciation to 88. I must mention, though, Chad Pennington threw the ball absolutely perfect.
And Pennington sets a stadium record for opponents with his 5th touchdown pass. Billy Malashevitz on now for the extra point. Up and
It's good.
through. And 2 huge turnovers allow Marshall to spread this thing out. In Muncie, Indiana, the Thundering Herd now opens up a 35-16 lead. And at least Coach Bob Pruitt can exhale now. Sonny, let's watch Randy Moss as he toys with Rafael Ball.
It's the same set, just a fade route. You got man-to-man in the corner. There's Ball, there's Moss. At least Ball's close, but no match for Randy Moss. Look at Chad Pennington. You're talking about a touch, an absolute perfect touch. There he is. You're talking about on the money. Chad Pennington. What a day he's having with his good friend Randy Moss.
Look at Moss there. 54 points coming in, and he has been spectacular today. He's got 20 already. 26 to be exact. And just a two-play drive, again, forced by Damone Williams on the fumble, Dwayne Lewis on the recovery. And Marshall is in business.
Peyton Manning better be having a big day for the Vols.
Davian Banks and the rest of the crowd. Every week they rank the Heisman candidates. Last week, Moss was ranked 4th on one of the internet surveys you see out there.
It's going out of bounds.
But Coach Bill Lynch exactly afraid of what happened, that the Marshall quick strike offense would somehow rear its head, and it does here in the second half.
And again, you know, I'll mention that they had 3 guys go to the National Football League, 2 of them still playing. One didn't make it, but when you have 3 going to the National Football League, you know you've had a heck of a secondary, and that's what they had a year ago. And trying to replace those guys, awfully tough to do.
Well, it's easy to sit up here and tell you how to stop Randy Moss. It's a whole other thing on the field. It's just an amazing athlete. It's a package that you just haven't seen in some years in a college wide receiver. 1st and 10 for Ball State now with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. That's Cartwright. Stopped after a gain of about a yard as they unpile. It's Tobiesi.
And Keith, all of a sudden what happens is, you know, that offense gets in the end zone a couple of times, and then your defense gets jacked up. I mean, one lifts the other. And right now you can see with that offensive explosion, all of a sudden now the defense, they have started to, you know, reach up for something a little extra.
Well, we pointed out on the earlier sequence they had sacked Josetti a couple of times, a little more fired up, and then forced the turnover. So the defense got some kind of speech at halftime.
That speech is working again.
2nd and 9, Josetti to throw it. Nicely done out there. Beautiful catch on the far side by Reese.
That was a heck of a throw and a heck of a catch.
Adrian Reese, just 5'9", but he went up high for this one.
Jake Josetti sets his feet, goes back to his left, throws it on a rope. Andre Reese makes quite a play. Just a sophomore.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. 1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line. Josetti with the give and automatically stopped there. Ricky Hall. Bulldogs. Moore to the ground.
When you get that penetration, awfully tough for that back to get his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage and get anything going. Ricky Hall, defensive tackle from College Park, Georgia, made sure that one didn't get off for a big one.
Talk about a guy with the package. Sorry, Jake Josetti, just a sophomore. He throws the ball extremely well, and Mid-American teams have to worry about him for a couple of years.
I guarantee they do. He's going to be special down the way.
2nd and 15 now. Josetti wants to throw it again. And he gets it out there. Caught by Terrell, who gets a couple of good blocks. Pushed out of bounds by Beckett. Out past midfield.
Might be a yard short of the 1st down. Pretty good throw here by Josetti. Good route. Bounces outside. James Terrell from his tailback spot. That's enough for the 1st down.
So Ball State will keep it and keep the drive alive with just 27 seconds to go. Look at that. Marshall outscored its opponents 69-13 in the 3rd quarter this year. And today, the telling story, the Herd with a 2-touchdown advantage. So whatever it is, once he retires, Coach Pruitt might want to bottle that up and sell it. What he says.
I told him I'd like to get together with him. Marshall has to call a timeout because of substitution. They didn't have the right folks on the field.
But it's not just what you say, obviously, Coach.
Oh, no.
You know, you've ranted and raved in the locker room on more than one occasion.
We still got a fantasy kick.
So there has to be some. There has to be some.
He's got a great staff. You know, yes, sir. I mean, they're in there. They're teaching. They're telling you know what has happened in the 1st half. They get it all corrected. Sure, he says some things that possibly might arouse him just a bit, but a heck of a lot of coaching and teaching going on there at halftime. And adjustments being made. That's key at halftime. That tells you what kind of a staff you really have.
Wow. Right in the middle of America, Muncie, Indiana. Beautiful setting for college football, as Mark alluded to. The Ball State Cardinals upgrading their facilities and their program.
They certainly have a beautiful campus and excellent facilities. Their athletic layout here is absolutely out of this world.
Jay Hobson and the Marshall coaches plotting strategy. If you've noticed the 5 diamonds in the end zones, those are significant and symbolize their 5 MAC championships here in Muncie.
And this field out here is like a golf green. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
No divots whatsoever. 1st and 10 now from the 43.
Here's some heat.
Josetti gives it to Terrell. Wow, and he's met immediately.
Albert Barber.
Taken down by the middle linebacker, Barber.
That time Marshall brought a little heat. Trying to disrupt things. Come up with a big play defensively. Another look here. You can see Albert Barber makes this stop actually for a loss.
Just 3 seconds to go if Josetti can get the play off, and he will not. As the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Marshall, 2 huge turnovers, 2 huge touchdowns. They spread it out. A little bit of a comfort zone. Ball State tries to answer when the 4th quarter begins. Welcome back to the Midwest. Marshall in Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, and we start the 4th quarter with Ball State in possession of the ball and needing something quickly. Trailing 35-16.
Uh-oh.
Well, B.J. Cohen jumped, but
he was pointing at the tackle, the offensive tackle.
Aaron Johnson.
Yeah, so he jumped first, or he moved first. See if B.J. Cohen was in the neutral zone. Well, apparently he was in the neutral zone.
Got offside on the defense. He was in the zone and caused Ball State to react. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
He even gave us a little description there.
Yes, he did.
Nick Define, referee. So that makes it 2nd and 6 now.
B.J. Cohen gets just a bit anxious. Maybe looking to make another big play. From the shotgun.
Josetti with the back split next to him. That's Cartwright, finds a nice hole and gets 1st down yardage.
They love to run that counter. Ball State has run that throughout the afternoon and picked up excellent yardage most every time it's been called. Little misdirection.
Rogers Beckett. Motion spine. Free safety.
You don't want that free safety making too many tackles up.
1st down yardage for Ball State now. Josetti wants to throw it.
Oh, almost picked off.
He intercepted on the far side. That is Mr. Beckett.
I think the ball was intended to Cartwright. For Cartwright coming out of the backfield. Rogers Beckett looked like it was intended for him. Josetti outside. Beckett almost pulls one down. Little miscommunication between this tailback and the quarterback.
2nd and 10 now for Ball State. Josetti alongside Leandre Moore. Moore already has over 100 yards for the game.
From the shotgun.
Now Marshall brings the house, and it was caught for a moment. Manuel Compass, but he drops it. An underneath route.
Underneath, ball thrown behind him. Compass not able to come up with it. Marshall.
They brought everybody, didn't
Yes,
they, Coach?
they brought some heat. Josetti having to throw. Oh, he took a pretty good shot. Had to get rid of the football before he wanted to. That might have been why the ball was thrown back behind Compass.
3rd and 10 now from the 33-yard line. 4 wideouts for the Cardinals.
Nickel package for Marshall.
Davis in motion. Here comes a blitz. And the hit. And the ball is kicked, but we've got flags everywhere.
I believe there was an offside. Either offsides or movement up front.
Marshall's Maurice
That's
Hines.
movement. Offensive line moving. Somebody moving up front.
The Herd ran a corner blitz with Maurice Hines, and he got in there. And maybe that's why the lineman jumped, because
they saw him coming.
He was in there in a hurry.
Have a dead ball. False start on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Cardinals now in an unenviable position now, 3rd and 15.
And you just know Marshall's defense is going to pin the ears back and come again. Or at least you would think that they've come with most everybody.
Ryan Vandelli checks in, and Davis leaves.
Let's see what Coach Kevin Kelly's got in mind.
Josetti in the shotgun.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
Picked up rather well, and Josetti with room to run, but hit hard. Thomas Maxwell, Paul Toviesi stop him short of first down yardage, but with this situation, you guarantee they're going to go.
Pretty good coverage. That coverage sack, quarterback nothing to do with it on the blitz. Josetti, he'll punish him. I mean, when you come up and tackle him, 6'3", 240.
When you talk about a must for Ball State, 4th down, 4 to go from the 27-yard line.
They don't make the first here, it's pretty much over with. Marshall rushing 4, covered with 7.
And
in and out of his hand.
Beautifully delivered.
Could not throw the ball any better.
And Adrian Reese just could not hang on.
He doesn't drop many. But as you mentioned, not able to hold on that time. That was a big, big swing in Marshall's favor. The Cardinals needed that one in the worst kind of way. Reese.
And that's the number that Bill Lynch did not want to see again.
No. No more 88, please.
With 13:38 to go, though, you would think Marshall will resort to the run a little bit, try to get this clock working in their favor.
They go dial him up again. Little screen.
And nice pursuit by the linebacker Phelps.
Screen or swing action. Nowhere to go. Chapman to the near side. Coach Bird continues to pace. You hem him in here on the boundary. Nowhere to go.
A loss of 2 on the play for Doug Chapman. And Chad Pennington, what an afternoon he's had, but what a season he's had. He's got 19 touchdown passes, Sonny. And we are just, what, 4 games into this thing, 5 games now.
That's a career for a whole lot of quarterbacks. Screen.
Again, it's Chapman, and again he's hit. The play made by Raphael Ball.
Ball a little bit slow to get up. That was a big hit by Raphael Ball. He's down.
Senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. He was all Mid-American Conference last season. And he's had a workout this afternoon.
See if we can take a look and see what happened. Raphael Ball. Chapman. The tailback. There's Ball. Looked like his head glanced off the top of Chapman's shoulder pads. Snapped his head a bit.
Hopefully he's okay and can return. But he'll sit 3rd down out. 3rd and 13 for the Thundering Herd on the 23-yard line. Pennington in the shotgun formation, obviously.
Rush 4, cover with 7.
Nice catch out there by Nathan Poole, and it looks like he has first down yardage.
Actually, the hit or the tackle maybe knocked him towards the first down. Nathan Poole does a heck of a job of holding on. That's a first down. Look at this throw. Pennington on a rope. Frozen rope.
Sims with the hit that actually propelled him past the first down marker. Poole, a quarterback in high school, and they like to get him on the field, Sonny. They didn't need a quarterback, obviously, so they moved him to wide receiver where they like him.
Yeah. Being a quarterback, you're not going to get a whole lot of playing time behind this fellow that's out there right now.
First down yardage out to the 38-yard line now for Marshall.
Screen. A little swing route.
Mark Wicks hailed out of bounds by Ball State's free safety, Lowell Faison.
And that time Poole does a heck of a job of blocking.
Mark Martin is on the sidelines. He's got something down there, Mark.
Guys, let's go back to number 3, Nathan Poole, just for a moment. A loss is this Marshall football team's game. What I mean by that is when Nathan Poole was a senior in high school at George Washington High School in Danville, Georgia, his team lost the state championship. He was all ready to play collegiate basketball, but he said that loss has lived with him ever since, so he made the change and decided to play football instead at the collegiate level.
I think he made the right choice, Mark.
Mark Wicks out there again, spins away and picks up first down yardage out past midfield.
Be another first down for the Herd. It's a change move once again. Another look here. 3-step drop by Chad Pennington. Actually blocked by Chapman. Gets the ball outside to Wicks. Wicks a little reverse spin. Picks up enough for the first down.
Marshall using the clock now to its advantage. 11:36 to go. Leading at 35-16.
They've spread the field. There's nobody back there with Pennington.
5 wideouts.
Outside. A little bit overthrown.
Intended for Gerald Long.
Marshall gets away with a win this afternoon. Then they'll have a week off. 2 weeks to get ready for Akron. The Akron Zips who come to town. And I'll be back at my home away from home, the Radisson Hotel. The only problem with the Radisson is you don't want to leave. They treat you so good. The little things they do for you, they really make you feel special.
And Ball State does not get a break. They're at Western Michigan next week. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45.
Reverse. There's Moss. He's going to look like he was going to throw it.
Now he just.
I think he is going to throw it.
But
He's got a duck.
Nathan.
Oh, almost. You're talking about razzle-dazzle. I thought he had thrown on his mind.
Well, the Ball State defense changed his plans a little bit.
He could do it all. Well, watch this little reverse action. Pennington to the back. Wanted to throw it right there. Was flushed. Now he'll let it go. I think he better stay at wide receiver. Pennington throws it just a little bit better.
Number 66, Go-Go, was coming at him.
Oh, my.
3rd and 10 now for Marshall.
Pennington all by himself. Oh,
It was underthrown slightly, but they
They give him a catch.
is given and awarded to Mr. Moss.
Some folks think that was a one-hopper.
Well, we'll get to see it again.
Oh, yes. Hopefully so. You know, whether we see it or not, the chains are moving.
Well, that's hard to
I don't know. Might have had his hands under the ball. That official down there was a whole lot closer than we are.
tell. Well, sometimes the act will get it done, too, as well.
Oh, yes.
First down yardage for Marshall at the 33-yard line. Moss.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
5 steps down to the
almost.
16-yard line. Tackle made by Go-Go.
You know, when you look at 88, I'm sure the official looked at his number. He said, oh, I know he caught that. He's got a little hitch in his giddy up, but I'm sure he's all right. Might have been cramping just a bit. Another look here. Moss outside. Comes back up inside. Almost dances in there.
Sunungura Rasununoko.
Yeah, you just fractured your jaw.
Whatever. As long as he
66.
as long as he can't hear me. 1st and 10 from the 15 now.
Draw.
Doug Chapman kicks it outside down to the 9-yard line. Faison on the tackle.
Low Faison.
Faison from Norfolk, Virginia. 5'9", so just a sophomore, and he'll be seen again.
Folks from Ball State.
5-yard penalty defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Inadvertent face mask.
When it rains, it pours.
Yes.
And you know what? Marshall looks like they're about to go in the end zone again. The score is really not going to be indicative of this game.
Certainly, that thing was wide open until the 2 huge turnovers.
You mentioned
the B.J. Cohen interception and then the fumble recovery by Dwayne Lewis.
Moss will get another chance. Touchdown.
Oh, my mercy.
You can just see it.
Number 5. And 88 putting on a show this afternoon.
They should outlaw that pass. That little fade down the end zone, because it's not fair. You run the fade, you just throw it up, and Moss is going to out-athletic anybody that he's around, or most folks.
Ties a Marshall record with 6 touchdown passes, does Chad Pennington. Although it may have set a record, as I'll check the books quickly. He had 5 earlier in the season in a game which tied it. So, yes, indeed, Chad Pennington owns it by himself now.
And Tony Peterson's over there coaching him. I'm not sure what he's telling him. Whatever he's taught him well.
And the kick is good. With 10:07 to go, Marshall has effectively put this thing out of reach. Another Chad Pennington to Randy Moss touchdown. The 5th catch of the day for the Heisman Trophy candidate. Marshall comfortable in Muncie, Indiana. Moss, the boss, in charge here this afternoon. His 5th touchdown catch of the day. And here's a look at it. Chad Pennington 6th.
The boss of the Moss. There's Moss. Another touchdown. And Mr. Ball will be dreaming about this tonight.
Sonny, you wonder, you know, Coach Lynch, as we look at the scoring drive, alluded to the fact he wasn't going to change anything, but certainly when you make somebody else beat you.
Well, you know, I'd certainly mix it up a whole lot, but this afternoon they have not been able to do that.
Squib kick by J.R. Jenkins. Jason Arnold on the return. And Marshall snows him under. You tell me an interesting story about trying to isolate on one great player and whether it's worth it or not.
Well, you know, you talk about, well, are we going to stop Randy Moss or are we going to stop the, you know, the other people out there? The great ones you have got to try to shut down. I remember in San Francisco, Jack Christensen, a great guy, the head coach at the time. We were playing the Chicago Bears, and they had the great Gale Sayers. And they said, are you going to kick it to him? He said, heck yeah, we're going to kick it to him. I'm talking about kicking off. He only returned 5 touchdowns. I know one thing. He kind of second-guessed himself kicking it to Gale Sayers. It's just like throwing the ball to Randy Moss.
It's almost a challenge, and the great ones rise. Joe said he wants to throw it. He's got Terrell out there, but Andre O'Neal on the spot immediately. And we talk of the Heisman numbers as the defense is a little beleaguered right now, but 5 touchdowns certainly will get Randy Moss a lot of attention on ESPN and ABC and all the networks tonight.
I tell you, he's going to be one of those 5 guys now. Seated at the Heisman, his chair might have moved up 1 or 2.
9:30 to go. Gain of 5 on first down for the Cardinals. That's Terrell again, this time on the ground.
But you know, if you're Marshall defensively now, you let him run the football. Give him all those you want to give him, because that's taking time off the clock. And it's closer to getting back on those buses and getting back down the road.
Speaking of Moss, you know, there's an old saying that the good players practice, but great players play on Saturday, and he came up big today.
He came to play. There's no question about that. And that big offensive line that's given so much time to Chad Pennington to throw the football, they have come to play.
1st and 10 now for the Cardinals. Joe Setti back, looking for compass across the way. And with that touchdown, as we mentioned earlier, Moss had tied the record of 13 in a season in the Mid-American Conference. The 14th gives him the record. And we're just 5 games into the season.
It's almost like every week he plays, more records fall by the wayside.
Well, Sonny, I talked to him before the season, and a lot of people in 1A said, well, the things he did, the catches he made, the touchdowns he scored were against 1AA competition. And he was upset with that. He said, we'll see when I get to 1A what I can do.
I got news for him. They're playing 1A teams now.
2nd and 10. Rush up the middle by Cartwright. Snowed under.
I kept hearing all winter long, was Marshall ready for the Mid-American Conference? And I've kind of rephrased that. Is the Mid-American Conference ready for Marshall? But when you can come to Ball State, the defending champion's house, and beat them like Marshall has this afternoon, now all of a sudden, everybody in the MAC Conference has got to say, these folks are for real.
Well, when you talk about the upper echelon teams, and this year you talk about the Ohio Bobcats, you talk about Toledo, and you put Marshall up there now.
Got to put them up there close to the top. There's no question about that. 2 deep zone, 3rd and 10.
Joe said he wants to throw. He's got some help from B.J.
He's flush. No chance. B.J. Cohen from the backside.
And now it becomes a numbers game with the clock as 8:07 left to go.
Don't you know that all those people up there glad they made that trip from Huntington, West Virginia? Another look. E.J. Cohen from the backside for a defensive end. He's got as much speed and quickness as a whole lot that I've ever watched over the years.
We talk about how Marshall fans follow their team. I spoke with B.J.'s mother and his grandmother who were at Kent a couple of weeks ago, and they live in Georgia and they follow the herd. Tinder on to punt. And of course Moss has left the game. B.J. Summers back to receive, but it rolls out of bounds harmlessly at the 19-yard line, where Marshall will try to pack it in and send it home from here. From Muncie, Indiana, Ball State University, the Thundering Herd 42, the Cardinals 16. Back in a minute. Back to a beautiful fall day in Muncie, Indiana, and it has been good for Marshall. 42-16 over Ball State. They take back over the ball with Mark Zaban, backup quarterback in the game. Marshall's starters have seen enough, and they'll punch the clock and sit this one out.
Mark Zaban do a little checking.
And Zaban has a gun too, so you got to be careful with that. But met immediately by the middle linebacker Howard Sims. And Mark, you got something for us.
Ball State's nickname, guys, was once Hoosieroons, but in 1927 they staged a contest for a new nickname. A professor here at the school was awarded a $2 gold piece for being the winner. Then in 1989 another contest took place to change the look of the Cardinal logo. This winner garnered $2,000, and Keith, I must admit, Sonny was a bit misty-eyed up in the press box as we ate our pregame meal as he looked on at the Cardinal logo.
Yes.
That Cardinal you saw jump off bench is a little misty-eyed too.
Sonny saw a lot of that Cardinal logo in his professional career. 2nd and 10 now for Mark Zaban. Hands it off inside to Javon Darling.
But you know what? This Cardinal looks a lot tougher than the one that we wore in St. Louis.
Well, they're handing out all this money. For next time they want to redesign their uniforms, I may throw something in there, son.
Maybe they could make Marco look tougher. Think that'd be possible? All Marshall wants in that helmet is the big M.
But the Cardinals will be heard from.
Guarantee they will.
Later this year. They've got a lot of young players, some injuries, and a lot of graduation losses. So once Bill Lynch gets this thing clicking with Josetti and the great tailback Moore, it's not an easy game for anybody.
No, sir. This MAC is a tough conference.
3rd and 11.
Zaban.
That's Jarling.
Little drop-off route, and you want to stay in bounds. But the Cardinals would like to get him out of bounds, which they do, to stop the clock.
Ernest Presley on the tackle, one of their fine linebackers. So we'll see Chris Hansen again with 6:34 to go. The Cardinals will have it at least one more time.
You know, you return only 3 starters on offense and 4 on defense. You know that you're looking at a long season unless some of those youngsters can step up. And then having the injuries that they've had early in the year, that has really put a hurting on this Ball State ball club.
That's why so much of the emphasis in college football is on recruiting, and you just have to get it done year after year to keep the string going. Hansen gets off an end-over-end kick where Keon Laws recovers. And at the 44-yard line, the Ball State Cardinals will take back over. Just 6:28 left. Marshall has it in hand in Muncie, Indiana. Marshall putting the finishing touches on a sparkling win over Ball State. The Cardinals with the football. New quarterback in for Ball State. Not the new tailback, though. That's Leandre Moore. Rob McCready is the backup now, and he takes over for Jake Giuseppe, who had a nice day, but it was too much for him. The turnovers certainly did the Ball State Cardinals in this afternoon.
But down the road, Jake Giuseppe will be heard from.
There's McCready, a good look at him, number 8. Junior from Greenwood Village, Colorado. And there's Terrell. Taking it down close to the 40-yard line.
Marshall got a lot of the 2s on the field, both offensively and defensively.
Jimmy Parker has played throughout, the middle linebacker.
I don't think he's got anybody else to go to. That's the reason he has to stay out there.
After Western Michigan, Ball State plays at Eastern, and then they come home to Central. Boy, they were road weary. They play, as we mentioned, 5 of their first 7 on the road. Marshall, not much better. They played 4 out of their first 5 in a visiting stadium.
Little counter action.
Terrell breaks it down inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. The clock will continue to move.
And for Marshall, the Akron Zips come to Huntington in 2 weeks.
Good time for the off week for Marshall. They'll get some guys a chance to heal. Larry McLeod, the outstanding middle linebacker, should be back for the Akron game.
And when you realize Marshall's got 2 or 3 starters out.
2nd and 2 now from the 34. McCready sets him down in the I formation. That's Cartwright. Wrapped up almost immediately there. Let's check some scores from across the country. Our Budweiser scoreboard. The Bobcats and Jim Grove roll on.
Oh, my. They're going to change the name of the university. Miami, look at this.
Now, that's impressive.
Oh, Miami of Ohio over Army.
Kansas State shuts out Bowling Green. No big surprise there.
No, sir. The Heels, the 6th-ranked team in the country, they do a number on the Cavaliers.
3rd down, 1 to go now for Ball State. Cartwright, Jimmy Parker, 4th down.
You know, he might not run that fast, but he's extremely quick for a big fella.
They are really high on him. 6'4", 240 pounds from Mount Hope, West Virginia. And to ask a true freshman to come in and play middle linebacker is quite a task because there are so many things to learn.
When you're that big, you're not supposed to run too fast.
4th and 5, and of course the Cardinals will go for it.
No need to hold anything back at this stage.
McCready,
Screen.
and that's Cartwright. Nice tackle made out there.
That's a first down.
For the Thundering Herd. Williams on the stop, but it is first down yardage, so the chains will move and Ball State moves on.
Tell you what, folks, continue to fly around down there.
Marshall will stay perfect in the Mid-American Conference at 2-0. Coach Bill Lynch's Ball State Cardinals dropped to 0-2 and effectively will put them out of the race. You can't lose 2 games in a league and hope to win it.
Toledo starting to distance themselves in their half.
They are certainly the class of the western part of the conference. Cartwright makes a nice little grab out there. He's playing hard. He's played a good ball game all afternoon. Kevin Cartwright.
They've got 3 tailbacks that have played extremely well for Ball State this afternoon. You've got tattooed there. Well, those youngsters come off the bench. There's no slowdown in them. They're trying to impress the coaches and show them we should be out there as starters.
Most people refer to it as mop-up time or whatever, but those guys come out to play.
I'll tell you, the only way you keep the score down is to keep the first team out there because they're so far in front. They just start laughing and giggling and playing grab fanny, and they don't do anything. Second team, they're going to get after you.
That's Terrell. First down yardage, perhaps down to the 20-yard line.
You ever seen a team do that? Play grab fanny?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, when you're in front, that's all that's left to do.
Interesting. Choice of words. The wordsmith, Sonny Randall. 2:32 to go now.
I heard somebody describe Randy Moss as being stronger than ammonia and as versatile as comet. Now, you think about that now.
Well, he could certainly do it all. Here comes the blitz.
There's a jailbreak.
Oh, Terrell made a nice grab out
He
there.
sure did. He's going to score. He's going to score.
Touchdown, James Terrell.
Hey, flag is down. That one might be coming back.
All for naught, maybe. You said jailbreak. There were a lot of folks out there.
It did look like a jailbreak.
And a hole
That's a
is
hole.
the call.
Holding, offense, in the run, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Stadium record set today Pennington 6 touchdown passes. That's also a Marshall single game record. Moss with 5 touchdown catches, 205 receiving yards, and that tells the story. Chad Pennington also, look at his numbers, 27 for 35, 6 TDs, 331 yards, and Moss speechless.
I feel fortunate just to have been here and witnessed it.
Well, he's even allowed to take the pads off at this point as his day is done.
The great ones take the pads off towards the end of the game.
Terrell gets it back, trying to make it happen again. Busted outside nicely down to the 20-yard line.
He running extremely hard late in the game. James Terrell. As the clock continues to tick.
Mentioned the Heisman Trophy Award. Certainly he'll be a candidate and is a candidate for that. There's also an award for receivers as we look at Pennington's numbers. He still has his pads on, but it's called the Biletnikoff Award, and Moss certainly will be a favorite to get that one.
I would certainly think so. You ought to share that award with Chad Pennington.
Chad did a
Or share something with him.
yeoman's job today.
He
Just
did.
one interception on the freak. The great catch by Sims, but it was a tipped ball.
Marshall on a little blitz.
Cartwright does a nice job of busting tackles. Finally brought down by Daniel Derricott.
You know, for a journeyman back, he's got a little shake to him.
All three of those guys really do have to run hard. You don't want one guy out in front taking your job.
That's exactly right.
56 seconds to go. The Ball State Cardinals will drop to 1-4. Marshall will improve to 4-1.
And as you mentioned earlier, Keith, perfect in the conference.
McCready going end zone.
That's the same pass they've been throwing to Moss. They said, well, if he can do it, maybe we can try it here.
Well, Mantez Curran is not Randy Moss, but good to try to get your guys some action. And all these guys learn a little bit every play.
Cardinals would like very much to get in the end zone. 42-16. Looks like a blowout. You can get it in the 20s. It looks respectable.
Remember, it was 21-16 heading into the second half, and this one very much in doubt.
It could have gone either way as we started the third quarter.
4th down for the Cardinals. To the end zone again.
Out of bounds.
Nice effort out there, but it was indeed out of bounds.
And it'll go over to the hurt.
Jermaine Jordan makes the catch, but unfortunately he ran out of room, and the red and white clad Ball State fans filed out for good now.
Had a heck of a crowd here this afternoon.
Very good crowd.
Coach Pruitt, that expression hadn't changed a whole lot. Doesn't change on Randy Moss's face a whole lot either. The only expression he knows is that one that when he runs in the end zone, that touchdown expression.
So with 24 seconds to go, Mark Zaban.
He'll keep this one on the ground.
Sit
Maybe
with
just
this
save the game. That's it. Drop a knee. Yes, sir. It's been a spectacular afternoon.
Wow, what a day for college football. And Bill Lynch and Coach Bob Pruitt shake hands and say good luck to each other as Marshall comes to Muncie, Indiana, and beats Ball State 42-16. Bob Pruitt and Randy Moss and company with an outstanding afternoon. We're going to take a break, wrap things up here on the Thundering Herd Network. Final score from Ball State Stadium: Marshall 42, the Cardinals 16. We'll be back in a minute. 42-16 the final, and Sonny Marshall rose to the occasion when it had to, leading by just 5 after halftime. The Herd got it done.
A couple of turnovers there in the third quarter, and then all of a sudden it was like a landslide or an avalanche because it was too much Marshall, too much firepower, too much Chad Pennington, too much Randy Moss, too much offense, too much football team. Marshall much the best for this afternoon.
All right, Sonny, as always, enjoyed working with you. 42-16 the final for Sonny Randall and Mark Martin. I'm Keith Morehouse. The Herd wins it. We'll see you next time on the Thundering Herd Television Network.